this. All right. So yeah. So first thing I want to start off with is I just kind of want to get a little bit of a little bit of information from everybody here. See, so what does everybody think's going on with the campaign so far? I've kind of a lot of story, a lot of stuff has gone by so far, and it's just kind of just kind of seeing what everybody thinks is happening in the story. Anybody can chime in.
You mean like overall?
Yeah, what do you think the main story is? What do you think's going on right now? We're doing a little bit of workshopping.
I don't know, because there's a few things going on with the sort of the Jedi characters, and I don't know how connected Buzz's story is to the other two Jedi. Their kind of stuff seems to be a little bit intertwined.
Yeah. I could definitely say that Buzz's story probably has some significance. If I were to say something about the story, Buzz probably plays a pretty decent part into the story as well. Everybody's character has significance. I've definitely made sure to write, that nobody's worthless in here. It's not somebody just doesn't play a part in the story. So yeah. Anybody else got anything they think's going on? A lot of events have happened.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of just on that same page. There's just been a lot of stuff that's happened. I guess I can't really I don't really know what direction I guess we're going in. I know, we're still trying to get to that planet and still trying to get the ship upgraded and everything like that. So it's but there's been a lot of side stuff that we've been kind of running off on and doing, but I mean that's been kind of fun as well, just kind of exploring things and just kind of having fun with it.
Reiterate the main story, I guess, or at least your guys' justification. I know there's not a whole lot of information in it. But the Jedi have received a vision of some kind that there's something out in a rift that you more or less get kind of this vision of impending doom, along with events happening that lead to the world being destroyed. You more or less see cataclysm and fire. Or not really fire. I wouldn't really call it that in a galaxy sense. It's more of not really a dark hole. I would call it more or less as what do you call it, an event horizon? Is that what it's called? Kind of
from Interstellar.
Is that what it is? It from Interstellar? I thought it was just a space term.
Might just be a space
horizon is the edge of a black hole.
Yeah, something like that, right? So kind of imagine partially a black hole, something from this rift is probably going to bring about some type of end time to you guys, and the vision tells you to go towards this, along with some distant visions of some character, some figure that's more or less a silhouette, along with some type of building of some kind. You guys don't really recognize it. It doesn't look like architecture. You guys know this looks foreign to you. But there is it seems to exist on a planet somewhere. But none of the information from those events have come out, so you don't know if it's somebody calling to you. I mean, as the Jedi have kind of been taught growing up, it's to more trust in the will of the Force, and you guys know that without a shadow of a doubt, this is the Force's will trying to bring you to this place. What might be in there is the question that you guys don't have an answer to, but you know to trust in the Force itself. So without a shadow of a doubt, you guys know that you have to head to this. Whatever it is, you know that you can stop, or at least become part of stopping whatever this event is. And so and then last session, you guys got onto the station, and Lynn,
those creepy tentacle creature things.
As Donovan put it, the necromorphs.
The necromorphs.
Is that it?
I mean, essentially, that's pretty much what they were. Yeah, you guys got onto the station. I guess I'll put out the detail that like you guys haven't seen any other bodies or anything. Like Donovan's probably more the one. I guess also on top, like the closed door to the what would you call it? Like the command deck, I guess, essentially that you guys went into. And to set the scene, I didn't really describe the command deck that well. Like you guys open the door, and in my head, right, like it's kind of a raised platform, leads down like two very small sets of stairs. Like sets of stairs is a very gross term for this. It's like 2 or 3 stairs that lead down.
Right.
It's just a shifted floor down. There's like probably left hand side, right hand side. Along the sides of the walls, there's seats with like desk components and whatever computer stuff there. And then on each tier, or well, the 2 tiers that there are, there's like probably 2 seats left hand side, 2 seat right hand side down in the lower tier. Kind of a wraparound computer console. And then in like the middle of the floor after the step down, there's probably like a half wall on the top layer. Bottom layer, there's like a table in the middle, probably more of like where you would do your like communicating, like where the frickin' captain would be talking and be like, okay, so we're gonna go through this system and do this, like this is where he delegate his tasks. But then there's also like the I don't know what this part is in ships in sci-fi, but like how all these ships have like this, like in the command deck they have that just one spot to stand to stare out into space, to be like frickin' helmsman that way.
like viewing platform.
A viewing platform, and that's what's there. And on left, right hand side of that is a seat, and those would be probably the piloting things of this. And you guys could probably pull a little bit of information that like the structure of that probably isn't fitting of something like a space station. I will add that not so much a retcon, but just addition to information from last session, is that like the information she also pulled is that from the records it seems like this station isn't just a station. This was an Imperial ship. And the logs indicate that it actually had a hyperdrive at one point. So Lynn, kind of talking to you guys, goes, hey, if you guys could actually bring this over here, I might be able to waive a lot of the costs of the construction of your guys' hyperdrive. I mean, this will pull in a lot of money along with some scavenged parts from it. So you guys at least have that as well. If you can get this thing up and operational and running, you guys can most definitely like bring this over. But the other piece of information that she shared with you is that the original crew, and the reason why the ship looks derelict but not decayed or destroyed like it was in a fight, it looks like just everybody vanished, is because something else snuck aboard the ship and had slowly kind of taken everybody away. As they had gotten away from each other, as they've been isolated, it had claimed them. And then as far as the logs have shown, like the small amount of information is that like one guy maybe escaped the creature and saw that it had actually taken the form of one of his crewmates, and it had tried to consume him. He had gotten away and it scuttled off. So you guys do know that whatever this thing is aboard the ship, if it still is aboard the ship, can take on the forms of other things. If you guys remember from the last session, there is pretty much like a not plausible deniability, but like every single one of you guys were isolated at some point in time. You can't say that anybody was together 100% of the time. So if the creature's on board the ship, it could have definitely grabbed one of you. So yeah. And I will say, just kind of like a rule going forward with this, any conversation, anything like that, I would say let's keep in character. Let's try to do as much RP / like either first person or third person, however if you guys feel comfortable doing your character, but let's try to keep this in character as much as possible, because I feel like there's a lot of ability to just break out and be like, okay, so who is it? Who's the werewolf? Like,
right.
Who's the mafia? Like, I feel like Town of Salem loses all of it, or not Town of Salem, but Werewolf or Mafia loses a lot of its fun as a game if everybody just like, okay, so like if we all get together and say what we did, like, we can't figure out who the Joker or Mafia, you know, whatever you want to call it, like, is. So,
ate the last of the peanut butter.
yeah, exactly. So, yeah, go, you guys go ahead. I will.
I don't remember where we were, like physically, where positioning was.
You guys are all.
You guys were heading towards the.
Yeah, everybody's
the
standing in the
command
command
deck.
deck right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's standing in the command deck. Because, like, the last fight that happened drew everybody to the command deck.
Yeah, not that me or Buzz were needed, but, you know.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's almost like it was kind of sort of written to get everybody in one spot. I mean, you know.
Well, so like, are we going?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So since you guys are completely fine here, I didn't have to come along. I'm gonna go back to the engine bay. The engine bay. I had like a little processing moment there.
You guys were told that the hyperdrive, like, if you guys can get it online, I'm going to reiterate that, because that probably might be maybe up on the list. I don't know. It's up to you guys what you want to do.
I'm gonna go look at a diagram on the wall and see where the hyperdrive is. I'd assume, like, is there like something like that?
Like a little map of the ship.
Yeah, like fire escape or something?
Yeah,
Escape pod?
yeah. So I'm going to just kind of snip this here and put it up in Discord. I actually figured out, I don't know why I was being retarded last time, trying to send you guys a map of the ship. And I realized I could just screen grab the thing instead of actually send you guys, like, the 10 megabyte picture. Haha, compression. Compression? What the hell?
Compression. I like that.
Compression at its finest. So I'm going to go post this up. So this is what you kind of get a look at. I will say that there's a little bit of
Holy
change
shit.
to it. I mean, again, I thought you guys were going to laugh at it a little
Okay,
bit.
so we're in the flight deck?
You guys are in the flight deck right now. I'm going to
Dear
say
Lord.
that near the back, I was saying that there's actually an access tunnel. I'm changing stuff up a little bit. But near the back around the, I guess, what is that? The atrium? It's the room to the left of the oxygen recycler, top left. That would be probably the access area towards the hyperdrive of the ship.
Okay.
Because you have an access tunnel down to actual engines near you guys. So that is what Buzz gets to look at. And I mean, everybody else can join in as he's looking at it.
Hey guys, come look at this map in case we get lost.
Is our ship connected to the external dock by the flight deck or
Yes.
the airlock by
Yes,
recreation?
there are two ships daisy-chained to each other, connected to the airlock. That airlock is one room. I did change that detail. It's not like a whole bunch of rooms in between. It's one door, and it's a hallway leading into the room. So,
That makes
yeah, it just, you know, there's a lot of, like, checkpoint on that airlock there that didn't need to be there for this instance. So,
Holy shit.
it's a big ship.
Yeah.
Buzz, I'm gonna go with you. I don't think we should be splitting up after what we've seen so far.
If you say so, I don't mind either way.
I don't know, what do the rest of you think? I don't think we should be splitting up.
Yeah, I don't think we should be splitting up either. I'm gonna join you guys on that task as well.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
blind person. I feel like I'm the most vulnerable.
That's
I'm just saying.
That's gonna leave Helios on his own. Maybe we should.
No, don't let. Yeah.
I don't want to be with the monster. It's gonna find me. It's gonna eat me. I can't see it.
I'm not a piece of bacon.
So yeah, you guys just heading out of the room now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should. Wherever we go, I think we should all stick together.
Okay. So yeah, you guys, as you're walking out, start moving towards, because you guys are more towards the front with the consoles. You guys start moving towards the back. You guys hear kind of like this, like slapping noise. It's the best way you can tell it is it sounds like bare feet on metal. I mean, that's the best way I could sound it. Sounded. It's like it sounds like just kind of the wet slap of flesh on metal as footsteps start making their way towards you, and then you see this small figure kind of round the corner as it like peeks over a little bit, and then like kind of does a little. It doesn't exactly know that you guys have noticed it yet, but it looks over the corner, and he's like, "Oh, what is this I see? For heroes it cannot be. What is it you seek? Riches, fortune, glory? Then sit here and listen to my story. The tale of Hollow's Vale." And as he says that, he brings out this book as he's like shifting through his bag, and he takes out this book, this ornate looking, beautiful, what the F is the word that he had like inscribed. It's got all kinds of like pieces of metal all over the cover and stuff. And he like, without even looking, just kind of digs his nails into one part of the book and opens it towards you guys. And everybody taking a look at like what's in the book that he just opened?
Yeah, I want to take a look.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. So yeah, no, I mean, just to give you guys a description. Otherwise, you'd be like, no, I want to look over at this. I'm like, okay, I don't get the description. So yeah, as the book opens, you guys see as he turns to this page, and it's probably more recognizable, or not more recognizable, more of a moment for Helios, because as he's staring at this, the entire world is blacked out to him in his blindness, but this figure comes into view in full color. As this book opens, this full color view comes to him. Everything else is blackness around him except for this small little creature and his book that he's holding. And everybody taking a look at the book, you guys can see on this, like the 2 pages, is this just like the most beautiful mosaic painting that you have ever seen on this page. It is of like this veil of like forest. I mean, it's not exactly a picturesque scene. It definitely looks like a kind of a more decayed farmland, but I mean, you've never seen a painting of this quality. It is like it looks like an oil painting of like the most highest quality, like beautiful. The art skills it would take to make this. It looks like a photograph, and it looks beautiful to you guys. And as you guys take a look at it, you can see that the dude's hands are like, he's holding it. He's got his fingers on the pages, and you can see them slowly start to recede to grip the sides of the book as you guys look in. And you can, as you're looking at this painting, you see these like little beams of light, not really beams, more like little wisps of light floating around as it starts to float around you guys, until eventually you start to feel this motion pull you a little bit. And then, I mean, it goes from this light little tug to just a vacuum, as like you guys start to feel this suction pull from this book, and it starts pulling you guys in. As much as you can fight, everybody gets sucked into the book. So yeah, and everything goes, you guys are falling through like words are going by, vortexes, everything's going by you at 1,000,000 miles an hour. You guys see all kinds of colors, like this pumpkin with like this grotesque face comes flying by, cackling at you. And just everything goes by you. You see the witch from Wizard of Oz like floating around, da, 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 as she like cackles again and flies off. And everything goes black. And then as you guys like come to, no idea how long it's been, as you guys stand up, you are now standing in a different forest. Like, not on the ship you guys were
from
in.
the space station. Oh,
the forest in the space station. No, you guys are standing in a different area than what you were. You're standing in a forest now, and it looks like the forest from the picture. And yeah, if this was a video game, this is where like the title of the area would come up, and this is called the Hollowed Vale. Welcome to the Hollowed Vale. So, you guys are all now standing in this forest.
I'm still naked.
You're still naked? Yeah. Well, you didn't gain clothes through this, no.
No. I just want to make sure that was still canon.
Yeah. There's
Okay, good.
now, yeah, but
Yeah,
now,
Willie's still in the breeze.
yeah, now your dong, instead of having a backdrop of machinery and metal, now has a backdrop of fog and trees. So
Oh, very
yeah,
picturesque.
picturesque. It's all going up on your calendar that you're going to be selling on your OnlyFans.
Guys, I need to take a picture real quick for my galactogram.
One leg hike up from like the down shot.
Got my leg up on a rock.
He morphs, though he does morph his hand into a much smaller hand to make it look bigger by comparison. Maybe he grows like another hand out and it looks like a car. So it's like, yeah, look at it in comparison to the size of this car. It's massive. But
It's
also
massive.
like, it's a Tesla, so you know I have money.
Can we like look around?
Yeah,
Or can I look around?
yeah.
I want to say we.
I mean, yeah, you guys do see that you standing in the middle of this forest. There is just like you could probably see about like 60 feet out, maybe a little less, like 50 feet out until like fog.
It was
really,
pretty dense.
yeah, fog starts to obscure quite a bit. And you guys are just standing in the middle. Like there's a small clearing. I don't want to make it like, oh, you're standing in a big circular like. There's no trees where you guys are currently standing in between you, but there are trees everywhere. These trees are like black and decayed looking. Like they both look like in the fall time where all trees lose all of their leaves. There is not a single leaf on one of these trees, but then they also look like they've been scorched as well. They're black, and as you guys kind of walk around, you do notice on the tree, and it does take you guys aback for a second. I mean, maybe I don't want to impose anything on your characters, but as you see it, you see, like, as you walk around the perimeter of these trees, you do see there's, like, a face on these trees. It's like this angry-looking, open-mouth, jagged face that's on these trees. I mean, it looks carved, but the trees aren't moving. But there is, like, kind of somewhat of a face, yeah. And I mean, I guess as you guys are you guys moving from this area? Or are you just staying in this general area?
I mean,
I want to go look at one of the faces. I want to go get up real close, maybe whisper to it or something.
Okay.
Establish my dominance.
What are you whispering?
You're nothing but a carbon-based life form.
And the tree does not respond. The face stays just in the same position it was.
I want to try to break off one of its fangs. I'm saying this out loud in case someone wants to stop me.
Are you
just
looking?
leave the damn tree alone.
Are you
What do you mean?
looking? Are you looking around while you're like saying it at the other trees, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see that, like, definitely as you look over this tree and look back, like, now there's a lot of faces of these trees kind of looking at you.
Ooh.
Like, they've all kind of turned. But nothing's.
I whispered to this guy something. I was hoping for a response. I've got all eyes on me. I'm gonna stick my fist down your throat if you don't whisper back. It's kind of rude.
The tree still doesn't move. You're staring at it. It's not doing anything. It's gonna full on accept your fist, I guess, if you do shove it down there.
Damn.
I want to push my hand into its mouth just a little bit. Like this is like, my knuckles have gone in there a little bit. Any response?
No, but as you push your fist down there, hold on one second. Let me get my crap together here. I had something, and I didn't 100% prepare for this. So give me 1 second. I wasn't expecting anybody to shove their hand down the spooky tree.
I mean, you should half respect that. I mean, it is Buzz.
Whenever you're the DM, you really just under-expect, like, things that these chuckle-Fs can go into. So yeah, I mean, you kind of feel like, as you plunge your hand down in here, kind of like a wet, squishy type of, like, the inside of a tree as you're digging around. It's like the hand slowly goes down. It feels wetter and wetter for some reason. Not entirely sure why, but as you get down, you do feel like a solid object in there if you want to like grab it. But if not,
Is no one's I'm gonna yank this thing out unless the tree talks to me.
the robot's gone insane. Maybe he might be the freaking the creature. So you're pulling it out, and you do like as you pull your hand out, and like the entirety of your arm is covered in like this goop, like more of like a purplish blackish goop. You do see the object you're holding in your hand is like this kind of old looking burlap sack. And yeah, I mean, so you have a sack now that you grabbed.
Yeah, Buzz, you found something that's gonna be partially useless.
I mean, it's not empty.
It's covered in
goo.
like purple sap.
That it is, but it's got goo. But it's I mean, it feels like as he like hefts it around a little bit, it's got a little bit of like a shake inside of it, like there's multiple objects in it.
I dump the contents onto the ground in front of me while looking at the tree. I want to look at the tree I yanked it out of, and I'm dumping the contents onto the ground.
Making eye contact.
Have I found your drugs? That's why you won't talk. I'm not a cop. Definitely not a cop.
Okay, I wasn't expecting this. All right. So yeah, as you like turn this bag upside down, and I'm assuming you probably hold it from the bottom, right?
Yeah. I'm doing an up-down motion to really get everything. Like I'm trying to get a pillow out of here.
So yeah, as you turn this bag upside down, you can see just candies pouring out of it, like little wrapped candies. I mean, whatever you want to. It's all Lindahl truffles. That's all it is. It's just candies that are pouring out of it, and it doesn't seem to have an end. Like it just keeps pouring.
I flip it back over.
Okay, it stops.
I don't want it. I don't want to mount into this stuff.
You got a pile up to about your shins of candy. Like you're partially buried in these like small candies now. So,
I think I found my new rock candy. Money-making scheme.
Okay.
So we sell these all for $1.
You have an infinite amount.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have an infinite amount. You could probably pull from it. Is anybody gonna try it? Anybody gonna taste the candy? You're just gonna be like, "Yep,
Nope.
candy."
Can I taste candy? You know what?
Candy? You're part
Since
of
none of
it.
you have just jumped onto these, I'm gonna grab me a handful and eat one.
So a little lore thing, because I kind of effed up the explanation on it, right? Like Buzz is organic, but he's essentially made up of nanomachines, son. So, like essentially, you are organic. You're Buzz in every sense that like you would have humanoid like senses. You have all of them, except your body is comprised of nanomachines that can restructure you and repair you. So
can I not breathe? Or can I breathe? Is that what you're saying?
Your nanomachines probably carry oxygen for you as well. So you do need oxygen, but like at a very lesser amount compared to anybody else.
Yeah, you could survive in an area where you could not.
You could survive you could survive in the vacuum of space for a while. Like you would need to refuel oxygen at some point or gain oxygen, as your body's going to need it, but the nanomachines will carry quite a bit for you and create a protective layer in hazardous environments.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I mean, you are naked, but at the same time, like if you get your junk shot off, like it'll just repair and create like a new one for you, probably. I mean, it would take resources to do it, so it's not like you're not going to come up with like like some type of money making scheme to indefinitely just cut off your junk and sell it to people. Like essentially, like unless you had stakes with you all the time, but
if I didn't pick my junk back up, I could put it back on.
Yeah, it'll reattach. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll stitch itself right back on. You're effectively like Deadpool, essentially.
Right. I can't grow another me from like an arm or something.
No,
but
no, it's
I can
not
put
gonna,
my arm back on.
no, it's not going to create like another small version of you. Those nanomachines are pretty much gonna just like, I mean, for the most part, right? Like they reproduce, they create new ones, but like if your arm gets severed, they'll pretty much just turn into a goop and recollect towards you.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. Anyways, they'll just break down all the material in it and reform it on your body. So yeah, I mean, you taste one of the candies, and nothing bad happens with the candy. But I mean, as you put it in your mouth, it's like, yeah, you know, it tastes all right. It's not great. It's kind of mediocre candy. You wouldn't go out of
Probably
your way
won't
to
sell
buy
well.
them. If somebody gave you one for
Yeah.
free, you'd probably try it and be like, yeah, thanks. But you wouldn't go out of your way to go get these on your own. You wouldn't be making special trips to the store for them. It's just candy corn.
Oh,
That's foul.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Why does everyone have the same reaction to that?
Yeah, right? Everybody just likes candy corn for some reason. So,
It's too much.
yeah. All right. So, yeah. You guys are standing in here, and you do hear kind of like a huffing from the distance, as like the like foot slaps of something hitting the ground as it's approaching you guys. And eventually, this thing comes into view, and you can see it's a smaller child that is running towards you guys. And as he gets relatively close to you guys, he ends up tripping over a vine and hitting the ground. And then he ends up like grabbing his knee and then just laying there crying. You can hear him sobbing as he's like injured. His clothes look tattered and beat. He's I guess if I were to actually describe this kid, he's probably, I would say he's got like kind of like almost a bowl cut. You know the Prince haircut? Like not Prince the musician.
God, yeah.
But like, you know, the bowl cut type thing for old princes of old, like English era. He's kind of got
So like Mark Zuckerberg's haircut.
yeah, like Mark Zuckerberg's haircut. Yeah, he's got kind of that going on. It's a small kid. You'd probably say like 9-10 years old. He's got like short blonde hair in that bowl cut, wearing a blue shirt with like a little bit of gold trim around it. Kind of brown tan pants. And then like leather shoes, but everything looks beat up. You can see holes in his shoes, you can see rips in his shirt from what probably used to be long sleeve shirts or a long sleeve shirt. You can see that it's in tatters now. There's a couple cuts along the chest and back. The sleeves are ripped up. One sleeve is definitely longer than the other. One's about to the elbow, the other one's part way up the forearm, but frayed on both arms. And he's like he's bruised and bloody, but not like he's been through battle. He looks like he's scraped up from running through here and maybe whatever might be, you know, whatever he might have dealt with.
Well, I want to go over to the child and see if he's okay.
Okay, so he's sitting there crying. Now I gotta muster up a freaking crying thing really quick. So yeah, he's laying there crying, just kind of like I want to make the Peter Griffin joke, holding his knee, going ah, but no, I mean he's crying, and you can see tears streaming down his eyes. Are you gonna like try to console him? What are you doing?
Yeah, I want to console him and
Okay.
and ask if he's all right.
Okay. All right. So give me some RP for it.
Oh God.
Give me some in character.
Excuse me, young child. Are you okay?
And he looks up with you with like the tears streaming down his eyes. He's like, I'm hurt. My knee hurts. Like I've been running for as long as I can. And he wipes the freaking like tears from his eyes as he's like holding his knee. He's like, I can't go on anymore. They keep chasing me. Yeah. Anybody? Just
Would you like some candy, kid?
Oh God.
So you offer him one of them, and
Yes.
he kind of like wipes the tears a little bit more as he's okay, and he like grabs one, and he unrolls it and puts it in his mouth, and he's like, these kind of suck.
I didn't say it was good candy. I just said candy.
Okay. Is he still sitting there crying?
You're okay now. Who are these people that are chasing you?
He kind of like, I mean, he doesn't really compose himself. He's still holding his knees. Like,
Yeah, I know.
He's like what would you say? The they were like more bandit, I guess. Yeah, so he's like, I don't know why the word escaped me for this. All of a sudden, I kind of more had it, but he's like the king. He sent him after me. My dad and him are having a dispute, and he wants me, and he's trying to capture me. I was walking home with my father's escorts, and they attacked him and dragged me away, and I've been trying to get home since.
Well, what direction do you live in? We might be able to take you back to your father?
He looks around for a minute, kind of trying to get his bearings, as like he's not 100% sure where it, because like he's at this point he's holding his knees, kind of sat up a little bit, scooted back. I mean, you know, he's a child, so he doesn't exactly think anything wrong of you guys. You know, it's the child's first mentality isn't the 4 strangers I just met in the forest might molest me.
Yeah, including the one who just, you know.
So yeah, he kind of looks around for a second, and he's like, west. I know we need to head, actually east. Sorry, is it east? I gotta remember my own goddamn map. East, yeah. Is east. I know it's east. I don't know if I'm running the right direction. I just been trying to get away. And yeah, I mean, you guys don't exactly have a bearing. I guess maybe is like if you guys want to take some inference.
Are there any rocks nearby?
What, are you gonna look for where the moss grows on them?
Yeah.
It's not a boulder. It's a rock. God dang! If I give you guys.
Well, the moss grows on the north side of trees and rock.
But you do okay. Yeah, give me a perception roll. And you are noticing, I forgot to add in that, like, as you went into this, for you, your vision has come back.
Oh.
Uh-oh. What is that?
Oh, so...
As you're looking around, you are able to see again, but the foresight is kind of faded from you a little bit.
So is that a 1d20 now?
Yeah, it's just 1d20. There is a rationale for it, and it's not just gimping you. There is actually a reason for it.
Ah, you like gimping me.
A little bit, but...
It's like a painted world.
Oh, fuck!
Ooh.
Oh my god, yeah, so you don't even see anything. Like, you actually go blind for a second. You're not really used to having your vision, so you just like kind of close your eyes because you're not really used to having them, and you're like, I'm blind. Wait, no, I just had my.
Never mind, guys. False alarm.
It's all good.
I forgot that these things open.
I forgot that these things open and close. They get dry sometimes. So nothing. You got absolutely nothing from that.
Goddamn, what a roll!
Actually, you feel more lost than anybody right now.
Where am I?
So, yeah, I mean, anybody else can kind of take in. It's up to you guys if you want to take in any information that you can. I mean, you can use
I'm just kind of freaking out because, like, I'm not used to having visions. So Nima's just kind of like in the fetal position, freaking out a bit.
Future. Okay, so yeah. All right, Nima's indisposed. So we got our other two. If you guys want to, you don't have to.
Yeah, I'm definitely not eating the candy. And, yeah, and I'm just kind of taking this all in. It's I mean, I am kind of used to the visions and whatnot, but it's still like getting sucked inside of a book, and then now we're in some like fantasy world. So it's like, yeah, I'm kind of just kind of absorbing this, sitting back and wondering maybe I ate some fucking space mushrooms or something.
Well, I'm sure what just hit me.
Yeah.
Like, hold on a second.
All right, you gonna?
Was there gas leak in that chamber that we were in?
Maybe.
Can I like wild shape or whatever it is into the battle droid?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can take on. It only lasts for 2 hours at this point.
Okay.
Right? That's what your wild shape lasts for?
I think it's an hour.
An hour?
I think like level 2 druid is an hour.
I gotta frickin' look at it.
Or level 3 druid's an hour.
Yeah, I don't 100% remember Druid's whole frickin' wild shape rules. I gotta grab my book.
Because, yeah, if I'm gonna have a look around, I do not have the stats to be looking around.
You don't have I thought you have your mental stats. Because your mental stats don't shift based on what form you go into. You keep your perception.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the only one who doesn't keep his perception is me.
Yeah. Yeah, the only one who...
I mean, the side part is also like, I just like established canonically that I'm naked and I just handed a child candy.
Oh my god.
You know? So there's trust issues happening there.
There's some problematic things going on now. Probably in his world, he has never been told by his father not to accept candy from naked strangers. So
fabulous! It worked out. Perfect.
Yeah. I would say, yeah, you might want to, like... I just imagine Buzz, like, as he realizes this, like, his junk just kind of phases in and it just becomes smooth like a Ken doll as he's like, oh, yeah, this ain't okay. We're dancing in bad territory now. I just gotta put that on the other side.
It's a tail.
It's a tail.
It's a weird place for an antenna.
Yeah. It's up on the head. So, yeah, I mean, you maintain your mental stats, so you can...
And yeah, I'll look around.
Alright, yeah, roll me perception.
An 8.
8.
Plus 5 is my perception, so 13.
What?
Yeah.
You have a plus 5 in perception?
Dear Lord!
Yeah.
Oh my god. Alright, yeah.
You click Buzz's page at level 2 even, you know? I mean, I don't know that I could get anything to upgrade it, but...
God, yeah, okay, yeah, you're proficient in frickin' perception, huh? So you get that proficiency bonus on top of your, like, plus 3. Alright, yeah, so, I mean, you could definitely see that, like, as Helios here was like, we gotta check for the moss. Moss grows on the north side. As he's like, I don't know where I am. You kind of look over and you're like looking for moss, and you kind of see moss growing around a little bit. But you look up and you can see something's kind of different about this area. I mean, though there's a lot of fog, you can see that, like, I mean, it seems to be that there's just the moon is out. And so it's
nighttime and foggy right now as well.
Nighttime and foggy, but it's light out. That's the weird part. It's very visible and light out, but it is the moon is out. And so,
do I know it's the moon because like I can look at it, or like it's a very dull sun?
That is the question, isn't it?
You can see out in the daytime sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, that's true.
The question, right? Does the sky look far away?
Yeah. I mean,
like it looks like a regular nighttime sky, or does it look like we're in like a holodeck kind of thing?
I mean, would a holodeck have a different sky?
No. I was just like,
be able
like
to
a Star Wars equivalent or something.
Okay. I was gonna say, No, I mean, like, you look out into the sky, and I mean, it's a night sky, but this moon that is out there is illuminating like a sun. Um, so and it's like, I mean, you guys haven't even been here that long or anything. So I mean, as you watch it, you stand there staring at it. Maybe Buzz has some more computational information that as he's standing there staring at it, he's like, "Yeah, this isn't moving." Like you can see that the moon isn't like it hasn't moved in terms of position at all. It's kind of just staying there.
Guys, I got a weird little bit of information. I don't think the moon moves.
So,
What? What are you talking about, Buzz?
It's just sitting there. I've got intense computational powers, and I can just see it's just not moving.
I can see it.
Are we in a real place, guys? Is this like, are we in? I know you've had visions before. Do they look like this, or are we literally inside the book? Do you think? Because if we're inside the book, then it's not a real place.
So we can just kill each other.
Well, if you die in the book, you die in real life.
How do you know so much book rules? Are you the book man?
No, no, but
Completely thrown aside that like there's possibly somebody who took over a friend's body as well.
yeah, exactly. I don't know how that's working in this.
Right.
You all seem to be a lot more used to this kind of thing than me, though. But this doesn't seem like a real world, and so should we be assuming it's going to follow real world rules? Like, we don't know who this kid is or what these trees are. I'm
Say
sure
yes and no. You know, a vision seems real. You know,
the guy,
and there are
the little guy who gave the riddles to us. Where's he gone?
He's the little dude that was there. You don't see him.
he was the one
anywhere.
holding the book.
Yeah, he was the one holding the book, and you don't see him anywhere. He's probably a layer up on you guys.
Hmm. Well, like Inception.
We need to go find him.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, whatever you guys want to do. I mean, you do have this.
All right, so we know we need to head east, but did anyone find any moss? Because apparently I'm not used to my eyeballs and I'm totally useless.
I did.
I mean, like,
Right?
as Buzz is looking around, he kind of gets an idea of like what direction to head. I guess the moss grows on the north side, and he sees like, okay, so like as you guys turning around, he does kind of locate what north would be, and so you guys do kind of have a general idea of where east would be outside of this forest. So if you guys want to head there, you still have the small child. He's still bruised. As he like starts to try to stand up, he like as he puts weight on that leg, it drops him back down to the ground. I think the injuries.
Can I
be able to stand up?
Can I use lend aid on his knee?
Yes, you can. Thank you. I was waiting for it. So what?
Sorry, with all the distractions,
I was just like, I was just wondering if you're like, can I carry him? Yeah, no, F magic. Like, yeah, you can carry him. So yeah, I mean, you can use lend aid. What does lend aid do? So it's your
beast or humanoid within 5 feet. I'm right next to the kid.
And lend aid is your like bonus action ability, or is it like your spell
Yeah.
that you have? Okay, so it's like
That's bonus.
your hit dice, right? It's like a D8.
Is that how it reads?
I can't remember Guardian.
I thought heal was my hit. Oh no, I guess that is a separate action, isn't it? It says 1d8, so it says that. So the heal is the 1d8 plus your focusing cast ability modifier.
Which your focus cast is what, +2?
But then lend aid is. I don't know. I'm confused about if lend aid is actually part of my hit dice or if it's something else.
Let me see. Gotta find lend aid. A bonus action, you expend a use of your channel to force to touch a beast or humanoid within 5 feet. The creature regens hit point equal to your guardian level plus your wisdom mod. So you are level 3 and it's plus your wisdom modifier. What's your wisdom mod? +2?
+3.
plus 3, so that's 6
Yeah.
health he gets back. So yeah, as you like bend down and touch, okay, yeah, I gotta choose my freaking wording a little bit.
A little.
A little bit, getting into touchy territory with a child involved in here. As you bend down to lend aid to this child, you kind of cautiously bring your hand out to make sure, as like he winces a little bit as you put your hand on his leg, and then you feel like this little bit of glow of a light around it as the wound stitches up underneath your hand. And he's able to, as he like puts his leg out and like, oh, I can walk again. You know what the F does Tiny Tim say? In that freaking thing,
A miracle?
It's a miracle, yeah. You know, something like that.
God bless us, everyone.
Yeah, God bless us, everyone. So yeah, he's able to stand up again, and he feels a little bit more invigorated than he did before. You guys can see now, like looking at him too, like the scratches all over his body have healed up. Unfortunately, Lend Aid doesn't work on clothes, so his clothes are still a little tattered, but he's all patched up, so he's actually pretty invigorated now. He's like, he's like, okay, I can lead the way. We gotta get back to my father's escorts. They'll help us. His father's escorts are 2 prostitutes. Sorry, that's a stupid joke. I just realized that the word I used for it was like, yeah, which one are you? What are you guys expecting when you find his escorts? You gonna think of 2 military guys? Is it gonna be 2 women?
I know, I was thinking that.
It could be 2 military women. You don't know.
Military women who are also escorts on their free time.
Who are also
Yeah, gotta have that hustle.
I thought you were saying they were royalty. No, I was saying one of them's named Majesty and the other one's Princess.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, and he kind of starts like Lost Boy walking his way towards the east. You know how like that scene in frickin' Peter Pan where they're all like marching along.
sling and all that.
Yeah, kind of like that. So yeah, he starts moving towards the forest. Everybody else following with him.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Go, Buzz.
So yeah, you guys are walking through the woods.
So is it the same trees that had faces on them though that were staring at Buzz in the beginning? Like,
yeah. As you guys are walking through the forest, you can see
That's
like
fucking creepy.
as you guys are looking around, you can see that like all these decayed-looking burnt trees. Like as you walk towards them, they all seem to be facing different directions. But then as you look behind you, they are all fixated on you. Like, as you look behind you, you continue to see these faces over and over again are turning towards you. I'm sure it probably gives a little feeling of unease, but, you know, that's yeah.
Comes with the territory.
Comes to territory. So yeah, as you guys are walking through the woods, I'm gonna have everybody roll me dexterity.
Oh, fuck.
There's a couple key things when a DM does or says that you know, it's just one of those where it's like,
Oh, yeah!
all right, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Fuck!
Helios has nothing happen. Actually, okay.
I get
and
+3 to Dex.
Dang, alright, you guys kind of did well on that, so I'm gonna roll. Okay, he got that. And wowie frickin' ree. Okay, so yeah, as you guys are walking, you guys, like, as you're walking through, it's maybe the fact that there's quite a few of you walking around, or walking between each other in a group that maybe it just can't, like, fixate on a position, but as you guys are walking, you start to see these little roots pop through the ground, and they're trying to grab at something, and you see them pop back down through the ground. Because Jonathan got a natural 20, as Helios is walking, checking out his eyes, looking at the ground, going, so that's what the ground looks like. You see this root pop up right in front of you. You have any action you can want to do with that. Like, anything you want to do, you can do something with that.
I want to do a front flip.
A front flip?
Twist in it, yeah.
A
So I
front
land
flip?
forward.
A front flip with a twist in it?
Yeah.
Okay. You're
You
not
said
gonna...
I could do anything I want.
Yeah, you can do anything you want, eh? Yeah, alright. So yeah, you freaking ninja jump over this thing. I was gonna say, like,
Yep.
you grab it or something, but yeah, you ninja jump over this thing, and it freaking completely misses you. And so yeah, now you guys know there's something underneath you for sure. Like, everybody is able to see it, and this thing critically failed. So it doesn't even really retract it. It's still like the roots are still wiggling around in the ground, trying to find whatever it was looking for. So anybody want to take an action against it, or anybody want to do anything?
Do you think we should maybe speed up if this thing's like creeping around in the ground under us?
It's up to you guys.
Is this
I was asking the group.
tendril slash root?
Probably pick up the pace a little bit. Start
Okay.
sprinting.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're surrounded on trees on all sides.
Right, it doesn't sound like something we want to hang out for.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys start moving a little bit, and you guys, as you guys are running, you start to see the end of this forest, and you guys just keep on pacing through. I'm sure, like, you guys are like into a dead sprint now, as like these roots are chasing you and start like ripping up out of the ground behind you. The best way to describe it is, those movie scenes where like guys, like, you're running and you just see poof 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 behind you as all these freaking roots are just gripping at anything they can. And you guys just get outside of this clearing, and you can see, or not outside the clearing, outside of the forest, and you guys can see an open clearing that looks like kind of like a tilled field. As you guys go running into this, there's like a little bit of a... Actually, there is none. So yeah, you guys walk out of this forest into this open field that looks kind of tilled, and there's all these little gourd things sitting on the ground. It's a pumpkin. I don't know if you guys know what a pumpkin is in this world, but yeah, it's a pumpkin. There's a whole... It's a pumpkin patch. It's a giant patch with pumpkins in it. How many ways can I describe using the term pumpkin patch? And yeah, I mean, there's about like probably there's a lot of pumpkins, but probably like in your general view, like 8 really intact looking pumpkins. But then a lot of them look just kind of decayed and old, and maybe like not really smashed, but like probably some wildlife that has been through here has broken them and eaten them. There's a couple that are in decent condition. It's not a giant field, but it's a big pumpkin patch. They're kind of spaced out as well.
Good.
So.
Hey, are the roots still chasing us?
No, they seem to have stopped now. As like you may have exited the range at which they can reach you.
Do they have faces on them?
The pumpkins?
Yeah.
You gonna go inspect one?
Are they like a jack-o'-lantern?
I mean, are you looking at them from a distance? Are you gonna kind of go kick around one of the pumpkins, or?
No, I definitely don't want to get close.
Okay, from a distance, roll me perception.
Should we all roll?
Huh?
Oh god.
Sorry, rubbed off on you.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really kind of get too much of a look. There's a lot of wrinkles, a lot of warts and stuff around on these pumpkins, so you can't really tell. Like, you as you're trying to keep your distance and walk, not really the perimeter of the area, but like kind of pacing a little bit back and forth. You can not really see anything on the You can't make out whether or not there's a face. You can't really determine if there is or isn't.
Okay.
So,
Is there like a building or anything in the middle of this giant field of pumpkins?
Um, not here. No, I mean the closest thing to like a building you guys do see is like what kind of looks. It's just a windmill. And I mean in the most basis sense of a windmill, it is a mill attached to propellers. For grinding crops and whatnot. So, that's the only really structure. You can see, though, as you look down by the windmill. Windmill, like, imagining you're kind of looking at this big open field. There's no grass or anything, really. I mean, like, what plants there look decayed and twisted. You see all these pumpkins, and then you see, like, as you look past this, you do see a road that is traveling pretty much with the direction that you guys are going. I mean, it does look like it kind of veers off, like you guys are going to pass over this road and continue going through the forest. But you can see that the road does kind of start to veer towards the direction you guys are heading. So, I mean, like, if the road would kind of curve right and start going that way, so you guys could take the road. Or choose to not go with the road and actually like walk through the forest. It's up to you guys on what you want to do. And then along with that, there's the pumpkin patch in front of you.
Can I go pick up a pumpkin?
Yeah, go for it.
Kid, do you recognize where we are?
Huh?
He's asking the kid.
Hey, kid, do you recognize where we are? I know you said you got lost. Is this the way you came?
He doesn't really recognize. He goes, "No, I don't. We don't spend any time here. This isn't exactly our kingdom. We've always kind of had conflicts with the lord of this land, and we're not exactly welcome here." So.
Do you
Well,
think
there you go.
that we would be in danger here too?
Huh?
Do you think that we would be in danger here too by being with you?
He would say they probably wouldn't. They'd probably try to grab you, or they'd probably try to take me, and they seem to be willing to do whatever it takes.
Oh, I don't care about you. I'm not about.
Yeah.
No. So yeah, he takes a little bit of psychic damage for that.
Damn!
Yeah. So I mean, you can see it hit him a little bit, like, ugh, like he doesn't exactly trust you guys, or at least you anymore. If this was a Telltale game, up in the right corner, you would see like this kid remembers that. Yeah. So,
See, moral problems with taking some vegetables, some gordish vegetation from this land, since evidently no one cares about these guys. This guy doesn't seem too big a fan. You won't tell on me, right, kid?
He goes, are you already going towards the pumpkin?
Yeah, no, I'm making my way. I'm looking at him and pointing at him like, you're good, right? Like, this is fine?
Okay, as you're like kicking through the pumpkins and stuff, he's like, I don't know. And before he could even really get the words out, and you're like already lifting up one of these pumpkins, because you did say that a while ago, so I'm gonna go with that. You go and grab one of these pumpkins, and as you like pull it, I mean, I don't know how much your character would know this so much as like in real life, but like when you go to pick up a pumpkin, right, it's attached via the top to its vine, right? And as you pick it up, there is no real connection to the top. Like you see, it looks like it's been cut and severed. But as you pull it, there's like roots underneath it that are holding it to the ground. And as you're like pulling it and trying to fight it and pull it up, you finally rip this thing out of the ground. And as you look at it on the bottom, you can see these little dangling legs They look spider-esque in origin, and as you're holding the side of this pumpkin, you see like 8 eyes open up on this pumpkin, and this hiss noise as it tries to jump out of your hands towards you. So roll me a frickin' strength check to see if it can't like get out of your grasp.
Oh, Jesus.
Nice.
Oh, but
It's minus something as well. What?
oh, true. But it rolled a natty 20.
Oh, shit.
So this thing immediately jumps and just fixates to your face as it hisses, and you start to see all of the other pumpkins that are fully collected, or not fully collected, that are fully intact, start to rise up out of the ground and pull their legs out of the ground and lift themselves up. And this spider is going to, because he got a natty 20, he gets his little frickin' advantage on you here. It's not a surprise advantage, but he does get to hit you. So you are considered grappled now.
Good. Fabulous.
So, and it's going to hit you for 1d8 plus 4.
Oh.
Ooh wee. So he does 6 damage to you. And
Good
so
gravy.
with that, everybody roll initiative. Ooh wee. Sketch.
Ah.
Head. Oh my god, I just typed this crap. No!
Except for when they don't matter.
Except for when they don't matter. I mean, initiative rolls aren't always amazing, so. I mean, it's not like they really matter all that much.
No, I mean, like, I rolled a 20 when, like, oh, I dodged a root, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And then in combat, I know I roll like a 1.
The root situation might have effed you guys a little bit, so, you know. You might be glad that you dodged it. Let me just get everybody's crap together here. Okay. And okay, so what am I working with on these guys? Okay. Just go that much. Okay. All right. So Nima is first to act in this situation.
Okay.
So
So does Buzz still have this thing like attached to him? Or?
yes, it is grappled onto his face currently.
Okay. I'm gonna run over to Buzz, and I'm gonna grab the pumpkin and just try my best to pull it off of his face.
Okay. Roll me strength against that. What is your strength bonus?
My strength bonus is just +0.
Dang. I guess he'll roll against it, actually. He has to contest it. Oh, wow, actually. So, yeah, you actually do succeed in ripping this thing off of Buzz's face. But now you've got this wiggling, squirming pumpkin spider creature in your hand.
Alright. Can I do anything, or is my turn over just holding it wiggling around in my hand?
You know, I'll give you an action to be able to do something with it. As you're able to, like, get it free, you could probably, like, do something to it.
I mean, I'd ideally want to throw it far away from me so that either myself or the next person is going to attack it. So I'm just going to, like, play it, as, you know, like, yeet it as far from us as I can.
Okay. Ow.
But I'm guessing I don't have a combat action to take in addition to that, right? That's probably been too much.
I would say you probably could get a throw in because you're like ripping it off his face, then chucking it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So I'm rip and throw.
Okay, the old rip and throw. So yeah, you do succeed in like throwing that thing about 20 feet away. I mean, 20 feet's quite a ways. I actually would maybe say like 5 to 10 feet. Because it does have some heft to it. So it's like, as far as you think you could chuck a pumpkin,
yeah,
probably about 10 feet. So you do chuck that thing kind of 10 feet away. I would say it probably takes a little bit of damage for that, too. It's going to take 1 hit of damage for that. So, yeah, it takes a little bit. It stands back up, and it's getting ready to go. So now it's up to you, Donovan. What's your action here?
I'm on the ground, right? I gotta stand up?
No, you're not. You were just grappled by it. You weren't knocked down.
It was just on my face. I was just walking around.
Yeah.
No, it was just on your face.
It was just face hugging you.
I guess I'll turn into a battle droid now.
Okay. That is an action, though.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I've got 15 HP and I don't have any skills yet for my character page.
True. All right, so yeah, you take on the form as like the nanomachines restructure the shape of your body. Cue Sailor Moon transformation sequence as like the camera goes spinning around your body as you like form into this battle droid, and then yeah, you strike a pose after it, or
I do like the 2 fingers up. I'm doing the peace sign, you know.
There we go. Yeah.
Or a wink eye.
Nice.
Butt stuck out, 2 fingers up, peace sign. Heck yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so yeah, you're a battle droid now. That is unfortunately your action, but yeah, now you actually have the bonus health of that battle droid, whatever that is. And then yeah, so now it is Bill's turn. Oh god. Frickin' Jonathan's gonna have absolute slap fest here in a second. So yeah, your turn, Bill.
Shit. So, do I even have a lightsaber in this like realm?
If you check
Do
your
I
hip,
still have all my?
yeah,
Could I check?
You check your hip, and you do see your lightsaber is still there in this world.
Hmm.
Toyed around with the idea.
All right.
It's a twin blade now. No, it's a lightsaber. I toyed around with the idea of giving you guys just night weapons, but no, yeah, you guys have your lightsaber.
Ah, shit. I guess if I can, I'll just saber throw at that pumpkin that was thrown.
With your archetype, does your saber throw bounce?
Not yet.
Okay.
I think I need like another level, and then I can hit more targets with it.
Okay, and it's a dexterity attack for that one, so roll me dexterity on the old saber throw. How much damage does saber throw deal for you?
I think it's just the saber's damage right now.
Okay. I'd be willing to say the force-empowered strike type ability you have as well works with that, as you can empower it with lightning as you throw it.
Okay.
So you can add the extra. It's a D8 for your weapon of strike, so it's another D8 on top, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you throw this thing out, if you're adding lightning to it, the lightning arcs. As you see this like frickin' lightning arcing purple trail on this blade as it comes spinning and does cleave in and hit this creature. So roll me 2d8. See how much damage that deals to him. Ooh, god dang wee. Alright. God dang, I gotta stop dropping my dice. Ooh. So yeah, I mean, this thing takes a hefty chunk out of it. The blade comes spinning around and just lobs the top of this pumpkin off on this creature, and you can see that just like the guts and frickin' like the seeds and stuff and everything come kind of like squishing out. It's staying up, but it's you know, it's probably losing whatever you could consider pumpkin blood is.
Okay. There's nothing inside of it, like no parasite controlling it. It's just a sentient pumpkin.
As far as you guys can see, yeah, it is just a pumpkin creature with legs. Like the eyes even look like they're kind of embedded in the pumpkin's flesh.
Hmm.
Jesus Christ. Alright, so yeah, that is your attack. So now it is Jonathan's attack.
Alright,
where is all the pumpkins?
how many pumpkins
all
are there?
within, there's okay. So when you take a look, there are 8 of them that have popped up out of the ground. They
Damn.
are all, I would say, about 3 of them. Okay, so in terms of perspective, you guys are all standing on the outside of this pumpkin patch, except for Buzz, who is standing in not really the middle, but partway into this pumpkin patch. At the end, so is Nima. So Nima and Buzz are both standing in this pumpkin patch. There's a couple to it'd be in front of them, so to your left there's like 3 of them. There's a couple in the back that are gonna get to you guys in like another turn. It's gonna take 2 of their turns to get to you guys. And then there's the one that's injured now that is probably chucked to the right. I imagine if Nima was facing Buzz and threw it forward, it'd be to your right. So there's 1 pumpkin that's very injured to your right, 3 pumpkins to your left that are like about probably 10-15 feet away, and then there's like a couple more pumpkins. There's four pumpkins in the distance. I don't know why I can't do math. 4 pumpkins out in the distance that are like sprung up in the field that are moving towards you.
Okay. Are Buzz and Nima by the 3 over to my left?
No, you could feasibly force current them and not hit either Buzz or Nima. These things were just part of the patch off a little ways away.
Okay. I'd like to use Force Current on those pumpkins.
I figured you would.
Yeah.
Alright, so they all have to make a saving throw against your skill, which is 8 plus, what's your wisdom?
3.
Plus 3. So they have to beat a 13. Okay. So that one doesn't. That one doesn't. And that one doesn't. So they take full damage. So it's, what is it? It's a D2, what, 2d6?
I think it's 3d6.
3d6? Yeah, roll me 3d6 per pumpkin. Jesus Christ. The feasibility of him being able to absolutely slap everything in here. Okay. Alright, so that guy takes that. Okay, he stays. So what did we get? We got a 6. We got a 11. Jesus Christ. Okay, and that's one more roll I gotta make on that. Okay, alright, so yeah. These little creatures that were standing now get blasted another 15 feet away as you see the pumpkins smash into the ground, and like they get bruised and cracked on the sides of them as they hit the ground, and you can see pumpkin guts kind of spilling. It looks a little more like, because these cuts are like near the bottom, these cracks and breaks and bruises and cuts are all near the bottom of these pumpkins. You can see like the insides of them oozing out a little bit with like the pumpkin meat and seeds that's just like seeping out of these things. It's a little bit more like liquidy, but it's just like pouring out of a couple of these pumpkins. Not pouring, it's dripping, I guess I would say. It's dripping out of the pumpkins. Versus like the other one was cut on the top, and so like it's all still within the bowl that is the pumpkin. These are like gooping out. So yeah, they're all like struggling to stand up now and just kind of keep their composure. Though they are kind of mindless creatures, as far as you guys can figure. So they look like they're still gonna keep trying. But you know, in what way that you could determine that a pumpkin with spider legs really wants to murder you, you could probably assume that they probably are still in that same mindset. So yeah, they're up and they're up to bat now. So they're gonna move in, but they got knocked like 15 feet away, so they use up their entire movement to just move back to where they were and get close to you guys. And then the other ones all move in, but they have to. They got closer. They moved from the field, but they're trying to get close to you. But they're still a turn out from reaching you. They're still a ways away. So back up to the top of the order, it's this last pumpkin with the top cut off of him. He is going to make his way towards and try to make an attack at Buzz, the guy that he just latched onto that grabbed him. There's a pretty mindless mentality this thing has, and it's just going to try to, you see it come running towards as it like rears one of these spider legs up like it's going to try to do a stab at his calf.
Oh no.
And it absolutely whiffs. It comes skittering towards you, and you hear like this little pumpkin hiss, as whatever you want to determine that sound to be. It's goopy, but sounds like a hiss. It's like an underwater hiss, and as it comes running towards with this spider leg, and it like freaking shoves this leg forward, and it just sticks into the ground as like all 6 or 8 eyes look up at you and like blink a couple times as it just realized the fate that it has just imposed on itself. So it is Nima up to bat now.
Okay, so there's the one pumpkin that's kind of near me and Buzz, right? The one that just took its turn. Who else is around us?
You guys have 3 pumpkins that are about 5 feet away from you. And then you have the other group of pumpkins that are all like 20 feet away, roughly around.
And this pumpkin that's nearest us has like a bit of the top of it removed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna draw my blaster and shoot into the hole.
Oh, heck yeah. Roll me to hit. I love it. I would say that this thing's also suffering an armor penalty.
Maybe I'm not, though.
Keep in mind, you do have inspiration. You know, you're usually supposed to burn that at the end of the sessions, but I'm allowing you guys to hold on to your inspiration because nobody's used them. So if you want to re-roll, you can.
Is that how inspiration works? Then it's just a re-roll of an action.
Yeah. Well,
I may as well. Because that's not gonna be good enough.
Yeah. Give you a re-roll an action. Inspiration. Wow. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, as you draw this blaster, you're probably like trying to do it in a really cool sense. Like, you know, you want to impress everybody around you. You're trying to like quick draw it, and you haven't exactly practiced it a whole lot. So as the blaster gets drawn, try to ocelot it, like spin it around, flip it to the other hand as you're trying to grab it. You fumble a little bit and try to pull the trigger on this thing, and it does just kind of skirt past it. Like the round just kind of goes off into the distance a little bit. You hear like a Wilhelm scream in the forest from like as like the round goes freaking skirting off into the forest. You know, so maybe somebody got shot back there. Who knows? But yeah, that round unfortunately misses. So Donovan, now you're in the body of this droid. So okay. Yep. What's the action here?
I guess I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna try shooting at the one that came toe to toe with me there, right?
Okay.
Like.
Okay. Sounds good. You're just gonna shoot at this because this thing is like underneath you. I mean, its foot stuck in the ground, like in between your legs, essentially. So like, it's behind you as well. So like, your body would just pivot on the top. The torso would just 180 around and then just stare down at this thing. So make me an attack against this one.
10.
10? That does hit.
Oh, okay, sweet. I was gonna go see if I had a.
You do have bonuses, but it definitely does hit. So.
Fuck yeah! Smack him.
So roll me
I haven't done the
D6.
1d6 plus 4.
Yeah, because your blaster is a D6 plus 4. Oh yeah.
5, 9.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, as you like, the torso pivots around 180, arm points down at this thing, and just as it hits this thing, and you see like this fire erupt in this pumpkin as it like crumples to the ground, and like how spiders do, where the legs curl up underneath it as it's dying. You hear like the hiss of it dying, and like the fire just consumes this entire pumpkin. Though you do notice the flame that was inside of it from when you hit it with this energy round that was a red, it slowly fades into a green as this thing burns to ash in front of you.
God damn.
So that is one less pumpkin. So now it is... Where the heck did my note go? No, I don't want that. So it is Bill's turn.
So I'm still pretty distanced from everything, right?
Yeah, you guys are still a ways from everything.
Okay. So the pumpkin that I attacked is now dead?
Yeah, the one that you threw your lightsaber at is dead.
Okay.
It got blasted by Donovan. So now you have the 3 that are approaching you, and then the 4 that are like still a turn out from you.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll try. If I can use that Force Ignite that I have, I believe that's what it's called, Force Ignite.
Ooh, I like it.
Try to stop the 3 advancing, or at least hit one of them with it, and see if that'll maybe potentially scare off the other ones.
Okay. I just gotta look up this frickin' ability so I know exactly what goes on with it, because it's like if they end their turn in it, right? Or is it when they start their turn? I don't remember.
Yeah, I thought I had it added onto my... I guess I didn't add it onto my thing. Oh, Pyrokinesis is what it is. It's not Force Ignite.
Pyrokinesis. 5-foot cube, any creature in the fire space. I love the cube as an idealism because I like to think that it's just like a full-on square of fire with hard edges. Okay, so yeah, everything in there has to make a saving throw against it. Yeah, or when it ends its turn in there. Got it. All right. So, so with that, right, you have a 5-foot cube of it. Are you going to put that closer to you, or are you putting that directly on them? Like, are you going to
directly on them?
Directly on them? Because I was just saying, like, are you putting it like if this is like World of Warcraft, would you put it down like where the majority, like where it hits them, but the majority of it is on like towards you guys, so they'd have to run through fire to get to you? Or would you put it like directly in the middle, so any direction they could go any direction from it?
Yeah, I just put it directly on them because I'm hoping that it'll set them on fire, if that's even a possibility. But
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you again like wave your hand out in front of you as like this flame shoots out, like the small flame from your hand as like the entire ground ignites in front of you. And this, I'm not gonna say it's a cube. It's more or less just kind of like a circular kind of pattern, and this ground like ignites underneath them, and so they're gonna have to make a saving throw against a dexterity, which they don't have anything good for that. So what is your casting? That one does okay. What is your casting mod? I think it's the same thing as Jonathan's, right? Because you have most of your points in wisdom, or
yeah, actually, let's see. Yeah, it's +2 to wisdom.
okay. +2. So yeah, 2 of them fail, 1 succeeds. So 1 is able to, I don't know, like maybe it's like shifting between all 8 of its feet really quick, and it's like trying to keep the heat off of them, but the other ones are like getting burnt by this. I guess that one doesn't take any damage, but the other 2 do. So roll me 2 or 1d8 twice. Okay. Yep.
Oh god.
Ooh. A 1. That one hasn't even popped up in my thing yet.
Same.
That's weird. So the last roll was Donovan's roll in mine for some reason.
Oh, probably because I rolled it on.
On
Yeah,
the page.
my bad.
Roll 2 again. I'll give you a mulligan. Those rolls didn't happen. Those are equivocally floor dice. That's what floor dice look like in the digital world. Yep. That one's good. And that one's good. Jesus Christ. So yeah, the 2 that are affected by this, you see burn and curl up upside down again as they're getting roasted. The smell of roasted pumpkin kind of starts to fill the air a little bit too. Really kind of reminds you guys of fall time and white girls. Pumpkin spice and all the things that are nice. So yeah, you do smell like roasted pumpkin as 2 of these spider creatures curl up and die to this fire. As again, the fire engulfs them and turns green as they turn to ash. But this one is still standing. It's still going. So it is Jonathan's turn now.
Last.
What's up?
How far am I away from this last pumpkin?
The last pumpkin? So there's one.
You said, well,
yeah, there's
what?
one
Most
left.
of them are dead, right?
Yeah, there's 1 left,
Yeah.
and then 4 that are still a ways out. And this.
Oh, okay.
This last one has moved. It's still standing in the fire, so it's roughly in the same position from when you force currented it before. It's trying to move towards. Well, actually, now at this point, it's kind of more looking at you guys, but it's closer to Buzz and Nima than anything. So
How close is the group of 4 pumpkins that's coming towards us?
they're about like 10 feet out now, 15 feet out. So they're still a little ways out.
Okay. Is that's the group that's coming from the right?
They're coming from in front of you, actually. Maybe coming
Oh,
from
in front.
further down in the field.
Is Buzz and Nima in the way?
Yes, they're definitely in the way
Damn.
of that. Can't force current.
I know. I'd like to pull out my shield and my lightsaber, and I'd like to, I guess, move over there
Okay.
so that I'm at the front.
Okay. Alright, so drawing those guys, because the shield's already on your arm, you're drawing a sword isn't an action, so you're moving, and you still have your combat action you can take as well.
Sweet.
Funny how that works.
I'd like to attack the closest pumpkin to me in front.
Okay, so you're just gonna swing the sword
I'm
out
just
to-
gonna take a chance and swing, and hopefully my blindness doesn't come into play in the rolls.
Alright, go ahead and make a swing against that pumpkin. $18. God dang, that frickin' hits the pumpkin. So you can use force empowered strikes as well. You want to add damage to it because you have a D6 plus your strength mod, which is what, +1, +2? 2? So you have your D6 +2. You can add your force strikes to it, which apply 1d8 per force point. You have a maximum of 2 bonus force points you can spend, so you can add 2d8 to the roll.
Oh, bonus?
Yeah, that's how your force empowered strikes work, right? Classes, Guardian.
So they don't take up
Huh?
Is that what you're saying? Is if I do a force and power strike on this, it doesn't take up my main slot of points, the 6 points that I have. Well, 5
it
now.
does.
Does.
Doing those does. But you can spend them up to 2 points on this attack. Each point you spend adds 1d8 to the roll.
Just gonna I'm just gonna hit normally. I'm gonna save my.
Roll me
Save
a
my-
d6 then. Ooh, 5. What's your
5.
your bonus is +2?
Yep, +2.
All right. So yeah, as you come running forward towards this creature, I mean, power slide in, whatever you want to do. I mean, I imagine you come sprinting in with this lightsaber in hand, shield up, and you ignite this thing as you come crashing down on this thing, and the lightsaber hits this thing and splits this pumpkin in half, as both vertically, as one half slides to the side and the other one slides to the other side, and both ignite in this green fire as they burn to ash, with this other pumpkin falling to the ground. And that one has died as well, or at least as far as you guys understand death to these creatures. It's gone. It's ash. And yeah, that one's dead. So now you've got the 4 pumpkins left heading towards you guys. They are definitely going to make a morale check, though. Though they might be mindless creatures, they do understand. They do understand when, seeing a bunch of murder happen and maybe a foe ain't worthwhile. So 2 of them pass and 2 of them fail. So 2 of them are going to try to run off. The other 2 are still going to try to run towards you. So 2 approach and 2 are running away. So now 2 are within. So the first 2 are running just away. They've made 15... 20 feet of distance on you guys, and they are a good distance out. So if you guys want to chase them, it's going to be a heck of a chase to get to them. But if you guys can't reach them on this upkeep, odds are, if they're probably just going to be gone. But then the 2 that are left are going to try to make an attack at Nima and Buzz, because those are the closest to them. Which that one doesn't hit, and that one doesn't hit. So as they come running in, they try to again stab their claws, but they just don't exactly know how to deal with you guys. They're probably small game hunters and not exactly large game. So they miss as they try to claw at you guys with their little legs, and miss. So it's up to the top with Nima.
How close are the 2 that just failed an attack on us?
One is directly in front of you, one is directly in front of Buzz, and you guys are standing not shoulder to shoulder, but with a couple feet apart from each other.
And then the other 2 are 15, 20 feet away, and they're both pretty close to each other?
They've kind of scattered in slightly different directions. One's heading a little bit more, what would you guys be pointing? North, and the other one headed a little bit more southeast.
Let me put it another way. If I was to throw a detonator at one, would I hit both?
No.
Okay, I won't do that then.
So, no, you wouldn't hit both of them.
I thought I might just finish them off while they were fleeing if they were running away together.
Trying to get that EXP gain.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, if there's one right in front of me, maybe I shouldn't go for one that's 20 feet away and running.
Yeah, there's one directly staring at you right now.
Okay, well I've picked up my blaster, I'm guessing, in the meantime, and had my little flush of embarrassment, and I'm gonna have another go at.
Are you gonna try to move away from this thing before?
Before you take a shot? Do I need to?
Not really.
Can I take a few steps back and still fire?
Yeah, I would say you could cover a little bit of distance just to get that shot off, but yeah, it's not really pointless.
Yeah, I'll just kind of not even turn away and run, just buddy hop backwards a bit to sort of get a little bit of distance, and then just shoot in kind of vaguely where the sort of cluster of eyes are.
Okay, right between the eyes. So go ahead and roll me to attack on that.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god! So yeah, as you try to bunny hop back, your foot just kind of catches the ground a little bit, and you fall backwards. as you're trying to get this shot aimed up, and you land on the ground on your back. So now you are technically knocked down, and this thing is going to have advantage on hitting you on its next upkeep.
Uh-oh. Well, hopefully Buzz will remember that I saved him at the beginning of the battle.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, it's your turn now, Donovan.
Yeah, can I assist Nima in standing up?
Yes, but I think it would take an action for you
That's
instead
fine.
of her movement, because it would just take
That's
her
fine.
movement on her turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're using one of your actions to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you pick.
Rather
Nima.
not. I also I finished my druid page, so I could potentially start, have some sort of druidic awakening now.
You start to become frickin' Henry from Dungeons and Daddies. So
right at the very beginning.
Yeah, at the very beginning. Yeah. So you do have multi attack on the droid, so I will give you that. Like, it costs an action to do that, so you do have an attack afterwards. But Nima's now picked up as well. So
Nice. We're doing like the Predator, the hand slap.
The Predator high five.
Get to the Jedi. So I guess I'm just gonna try to shoot at the one who tripped up my comrade. I didn't see you fall over, but I'm gonna avenge you
Okay.
for no particular reason. So I'm gonna just shoot at the one like she was shooting at. Like, there's two of them at us, so like, I assume she was shooting at the one that was strategically available.
Yeah.
Big Dave, why don't you calm down a little bit? You're making the rest of us look bad.
Nice.
There's me and that Takahami again, dude.
Yeah.
And they go, well, one dude jumps on and goes, no, I like.
I also have produce flame.
Another dude jumps on and goes, well,
Oh, nice.
he is a
Yeah. It's a level 3 druid. Is not a terribly good druid, but I've kind of kitted him out more in a support role, so I've got a little bit more of a. I got like bark skin I can apply on someone so your AC doesn't drop below 16. Then I got entangle, produce flame.
That's why his stuff's so good.
I was talking with Dylan, and I took mold earth and you can use it in spaceships. He says so.
The home builder out of
Equivocally, it's just terraform of 5 foot something, so I can make like a pillar or a pole or a
Nice.
thing to hand to somebody, like, oh, here's an orb, it's made out of your spaceship.
Crap. Yeah.
I got one. Post my stuff when you're posting stuff.
Yeah. I'll wait until the
Snowball fight in a space station, but we're just scooping up bits of spaceship and throwing them at guys.
So yeah, it was a pretty good compliment.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, well, I gotta go to the store to get my, you know what?
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna finish up my thing here, do my homework, and then take a little bit longer than I thought. But all right, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, sorry, I jumped for a second. I'm back now. So what happened? Sorry.
I shot at the one that was attacking Nima.
Okay, go ahead.
I helped her up and I'm shooting the dude.
Make me an attack roll on that.
Oh boy. See how distracted I was with the tears in my eyes saving my comrade. 220.
As like the tears roll down your
10.
cheek, they kind of reform back in somewhere around your cheek. They just suck in and just become part of your body again. You definitely hit that thing. So roll me to hit. Unfortunately, these things were in really good
D6.
shape.
4. Plus, what was it? Plus 4?
Sure.
Sure. 1d6 plus 4? Yeah. Or no, is it plus 3? It's a d6 plus 3.
Okay.
So, yeah, 7.
Okay. Yeah, so it takes this hit to the top of it. You can see the shot pierce through from the top to the bottom of the pumpkin. And it just collapses on the ground. It failed that roll, Jesus. So yeah, as a shot hits it, it just poo right through top to bottom as it like you see the eyes, all 8 eyes, all roll up in its head as it and like curls up, and then the green fire takes it over and drops it, and turns it into ash, and so there is just the one left, save for the two that are running away. But there's one in front of Donovan's character now, or in front of Buzz now, and it is Bill's turn. Which Bill is, yeah, you're actually standing back with Jonathan right now.
Yeah.
Or no, Jonathan's ahead. You're standing back at the outskirts of the pumpkin patch.
Yeah, I'm in the thick of it.
Yeah, he is in the thick. As Coach Steve would say.
Thick in the warm.
Making thick in the warm.
I guess I'll just rush in and just strike it with my lightsaber.
Okay. Roll
No special empowered or anything like that.
Okay, roll me to hit.
God damn it!
Plus what though? What's your bonus?
+3.
I would say this one. Say that hits. On this one. So yeah, you hit this guy, so roll me damage. You can also double strike him as well if you roll to attack again. Because that doesn't cost anything, it's just part of your weapon.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what, I will roll for that.
Heck yeah. Get it.
Oh, fuck. Well,
Alright, so you hit him with the 1. So roll me a d6 plus 2, 3? I don't remember what your dexterity is.
He's D8, right?
Yeah, d8.
2 plus 3.
Plus 3. Okay, so yeah, this thing, you come swirling this frickin' saber staff in as it cuts down into the side of this pumpkin creature, and it hits it and cleaves a little chunk of pumpkin off of the side of it, kind of like a diagonal cut into this pumpkin. And again, you smell kind of like a roasted pumpkin from that, because you did just sear the side of it. And you can see that little chunk of pumpkin that flies off, hits the ground, does ignite in green fire, and turn to ash again. And yeah, that is your turn, and so it is Jonathan's turn now.
Sweet. How many pumpkins are left now?
2 that are running away, and they're a really good distance away from you. And then
Okay, not worried about those.
And then just the one that's left.
Standing like right in front of me?
Standing, yeah, well, yeah, it's pretty much right in front of you.
Alright, I'll just,
You guys are just
make a...
gangbanging this
I'm
pumpkin.
gonna wail on it.
Okay, you're gonna go for the attack. Alright, roll me to hit. I will say it has reduced AC because it is technically flanked right now by all of you. Like, you guys are created this frickin' like circle around this. Again, not to use the gangbang term.
Oh, there goes my rolls again.
So yeah,
Oh boy.
As you frickin' take this lightsaber, and imagining you're probably like holding the shield up and trying to stab down through with it, and as you stab down, the creature moves back a little bit, and the stab goes into the ground as the creature looks up at you and then takes a jump at you in terms of its reactional attack. And I mean, it doesn't succeed in hitting you, but it is crawling onto your arm now. So yeah, it's jumped up onto you, and it is its turn now. So it's gonna try to jump up and face hug onto you, which it does fail at, unfortunately. So it's not able to get anything off. It's just kind of standing around on your face now as it's trying to get like some type of grab somewhere. As you're fighting it, the other 2 are just going to run. They have completely escaped you guys now, and like, I don't know, I mean, I know at least 2 of you have played Divinity, But you know how in like Divinity, when like crap that's happening outside of combat is just real time, but it's turn-based combat, so like an NPC will come walking through the fight, and it's like, what the hell is happening? Like everybody's waiting for the turn to happen, but he's just in real time. That kind of
Right.
situation happens where now it's like turn-based combat's happening, but they just freaking sprint out into the distance. They no longer are bound to the confines of combat. They have dipped, and they are no longer part of this fight. They are gone. Maybe if you guys try to find another pumpkin somewhere, maybe they might be these spider creatures, but who knows? So it is just the one left, and it's Nima's turn now.
What kind of distance is it from me?
It is John Helios's face now. So it's
When Helios's face.
It's on me,
yeah.
yeah. It just hasn't
I don't
latched
feel
on.
confident in shooting it off someone's face. I don't have a melee weapon except for my fists, I
or your
suppose.
pistol whip. I
I'm
guess.
just gonna try and rip it off again like I did with Buzz. I don't think I really have anything else I can take that's not gonna risk hurting Helios.
Okay, yeah. Roll strength against it. Let's see if you can't contest its strength. Did you get? Oh yeah, no, you definitely succeed in ripping this thing off its face. So yeah, you've got a hold of this creature now. I'm willing to give you.
Again as before. I've got to yeet it away.
Yeet it away. So yeah, you yeet it away, and it takes another 1 damage to itself. So yeah, it's now a couple feet out. It is Donovan's turn. As this pumpkin's like 4 or 5 feet out in the distance.
Ooh. I guess I'm gonna shoot at him,
Do
little
it.
bastard.
Shoot him.
I'm gonna shoot his legs though. Like let's go that way first, you know.
Okay. You're gonna roll a disadvantage for the legs.
Oh shit! Well, I've got 2 attacks. I've got multi-strike.
All right.
And 8 plus what? 3?
3. Okay, so 11.
Does that hit? 11?
I don't know. You got to take another shot at it.
Oh, shit.
You're rolling a disadvantage, so roll me another one.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot it. I need 2.
We have 11, and what else?
And a 12.
All right, yeah,
or,
no, you definitely
15.
you hit it. You hit it in the legs. So
Fuck yeah!
roll your damage.
Damn.
God damn.
A 1.
Roll damage.
4.
4 damage. So yeah, as you aim over and hit this thing in the leg, one leg gets sheared off, and its movement is reduced. It can't move as fast towards you anymore.
Hot dog.
So yeah, it's missing a leg now. You gonna do it again? Are you gonna hit it in the leg again?
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the other side now. You know,
Okay.
give him at least even him out a little bit.
Even him out. His speed will go back up if you take off the other leg.
Oh, really? Okay, I'm gonna take off an additional left leg, or whichever. I'm gonna take off an additional one on the side. Now he's a little bit too fast on one side. He just spins in circle. You know.
All right, roll me 2d20 again.
This time with feeling. 19 and a 20. Whew.
9 and a 20.
9 and a 20, not 19. Sorry, 9 and a 20.
9 and a 20. So 9 definitely hits. So roll me to attack again.
Fuck yeah. D6. Oh, another 1! I'm really holding back on these. So another 4 damage into another leg.
Trying to torture this thing.
So yeah,
Well, I'm still a madman.
you shear off like 3 more legs with this shot, and it's really only got like 2. I imagine it has like 1 in the back on one side and 1 in the middle on the other. It can just kind of barely keep its own weight up, and I don't even know if it could even move on its own accord. So yeah, it's up to you now, Bill.
Oh god. I'll just saber throw.
Saber throw him. All right, do it. He's at disadvantage for this. Would make me 2d20 or no. It's on him to roll it, so he's rolling at disadvantage for this. Yep, that's definitely gonna hit. All right, yeah. So he hits. Roll me damage. What is your damage? D8.
Yeah.
There's no way this thing doesn't die. Yep, nope. So, yeah, you throw this freaking saber in, and as it just chops this pumpkin in half as it comes flying horizontally, just whap! You see it just cuts the top of this pumpkin off, and both sides just ignite in green fire as this thing turns to ash. And congratulations, you guys beat the pumpkins.
Yay.
So yeah, now you guys can continue to move forward. Actually, you guys get
XP.
yeah.
Can we check out the
sorry.
windmill?
Uh,
Or windmill?
yeah. If you take a look at it, I mean, there's nothing special about it. It's got kind of the scratching on it that would come from this wheel turning around on it quite a bit. There's nothing really too special about it. It is more or less just a normal windmill used in a farm.
Well, usually, don't they have like a door on them and like they store stuff in them too?
In a big house one, yeah, but this is just like a windmill with a
it's
mill
just a
underneath
small
it.
one. Okay.
Yeah, it's just a crankshaft with a mill. That's
Okay.
it.
I get it.
You guys all get 200 experience.
Yay!
So yeah, you guys can continue and go down the road, or you guys could go through the forest. But I mean, if you guys want to continue heading east, that's the direction you're gonna have to go.
I vote the road because the forest kind of got us into this problem that we're in right now.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys
The
are
force is alive. All right.
heading down the road towards the forest. Heading down the road. Turning down the road, which leads into a forest. No, you guys are heading down the road, and as you guys kind of walk down it for a little bit, I mean, it's like a stone paved road. It doesn't look like anything from your guys' world. It looks like it's made just from like laid down stones. There's like a kind of brazier torch every couple feet on the road. A little lantern, I guess it would be a lantern. A lantern every feet on the road to just kind of light the path. And as you guys are approaching, you do see a light in the distance. And as you guys get closer, you can start to make out that there's a figure sitting. And this light is from a fire. It's a little campfire that somebody's sitting at, and there is some light behind it. And as you guys are getting a little bit closer, you can see that it's like a caravan. It's caravan. It's the best way I could describe it to you. It's freaking one of those carts. And there's a guy sitting at this thing, and he's just kind of got like a stick that he's poking this fire with as he's sitting on a log in front of his caravan. So. Yeah, I'm kind of giving you guys the go on this one if you guys want to approach him or what the situation is.
Do you think that I would am I causing any alarm by standing around looking like a droid?
I mean, I wouldn't really say so, but yeah, I think at this point that transformation has ended.
Oh, okay.
Because you guys have been walking for a little while, and that transformation.
So he's now naked again.
Yeah.
I'm naked again, exactly.
Man.
Live.
But is he Ken doll naked?
Yeah,
or
he is
human
Ken doll naked. Because there's a child
There you
with
go.
So, there is no penis.
Damn.
I mean, unless you want to. I mean, that's up to you.
I mean, at this point, you already said the child doesn't know what's going on, so till an adult stops me.
Till an adult? Okay. I mean, there's a guy that you guys are walking up on. I mean, you don't know anything about him. You're not going to be a guy who has clothes on? Or
Hey, guys, I'll be a guy with clothes on.
It's up to you. You don't have to.
Oh, you got it. I did.
It's already happened. Bam, I have clothes on. Look at me. All right. So yeah, you know now there's not a naked man walking around. It's a dude.
But I'm a wizard. I've made myself look like a wizard.
A wizard.
Yeah.
Describe a
wizard
wizard
or
to
a lizard?
me.
Like I've got a big purple hat that's like a witch's cone hat. My robes are also purple with like silver stars, but not sharp, pointy stars, like rounded stars,
My
like
God.
silver stickers all over my thing. And yeah, and it's like big floofy, like it's kind of like a pimp robe, you know. I look like a pimp wizard, and yeah, so that's what I've got on right now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my wizard
I
outfit.
mean, I'm assuming this outfit just comes from Buzz's imagination.
Yeah, exactly. He's the inane thoughts of a stormtrooper stuck into a robot.
Yeah. So, yeah. Um, are you guys approaching this dude? What are you guys doing? Like, how are you going about this?
I don't need to find out where we're going, don't we?
I mean,
We're
yeah,
just
you
heading
guys just
one direction, so
heading down, yeah.
I think we should approach him.
Okay.
I mean,
So you're just walking.
kind of have numbers if anything happens, but
Yeah.
I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, so as you approach this guy, you start walking towards the campfire, you kind of get a better look at him. He's wearing, I mean, he's kind of like a gruffy looking guy. He's got kind of tousled hair. Not tousled, but like messy kind of hair. Actually, you know what? Never mind. No, he's a Dapper Dan man. He's got like kind of slick back hair. The way I more imagine it. Slick back hair. He's got like a little bit of like kind of a styled mustache and like mutton chops. So he's got like the frickin' the sideburns that lead down along to his chin, and then right there he's got like this styled mustache that kind of curls out a little bit. He's wearing this red overcoat that has some stripes in it, like black stripes, along with pants that have kind of a matching color pattern to them. He doesn't have a hat on or anything. And then he's just kind of got like black boots on that his pants are tucked into. And yeah, he's just sitting there, and you see him just kind of poking this thing in the fire, and as you're approaching, he lifts up his head a little bit. He doesn't directly look at you immediately. He just kind of lifts his head up in the air and kind of looks around for a little bit, tilting his head up, and then once he hears you guys, he looks over in your direction and sees you. And he looks over and goes, "Oh, explorers! Don't see much of your kind around here." As he kind of like tussles the stick a little bit and like pulls it out of the fire and waves it a little bit and shakes the fire off of it. Anybody jump in?
All right, Buzz, you're our resident talker to people.
What up? Are you saying that to me? Like in character?
I love the concept of that sentence was, "I am uncomfortable with this RP. Please take over for me."
Let me walk over. I didn't say I was in the front of the line.
Okay, all right. Yeah, shove Buzz to the front. I don't know. You said you were going, so I'd put you in the front. Unless anybody else says they're taking the lead here.
Start playing into my my new pimp wizard role if you guys aren't gonna take the reins. You know, he's gonna say all kinds of salacious shit. You know, like you're just gonna let me do it. All right, fine. What's going on, baby? I am Zimzam Zimzimmery, the arcane wizard of yore. How can you help me? I should ask.
Help you with what?
Exactly. I'm come here to read your fortune.
Read my fortune?
I don't know.
There's no need of fortunes around here. I don't think that you guys are from around here, are you? You don't know about what's happening, do you?
Nope.
It's not really safe.
I'm clueless.
Oh. It's not exactly safe for people to be walking around here, especially during the Harvest King's hunt.
The what now?
Who's the harvest?
The Harvest King. He's the one who rules this land. Him.
What is the Harvest King's hunt?
Well, they're starting. It's their season now. They're starting the hunt. They usually create their warband around this time, and well, you know, there's been quite a bit of like, what do you call it? Social dispute? Yeah, social dispute. There'd be quite a bit of social disputes between him and the Winter King, and he's creating his army for it right now. And I can see that you have a child with you. This one, as he kind of looks closer a little bit and tilts his head up, and he's like, "This is the kin of the Winter King, isn't it?" And then the kid kind of steps forward. He's like, "Yeah, my dad's the Winter King."
The kid should have started off with that.
Well, he was kind of saying it. You know, he doesn't exactly know you guys, especially with frickin' Nima going like, "I don't give enough about you. I just want to know I don't get killed."
Throw you into the patch of pumpkin spiders.
Yeah, bring you in the patch of pumpkin spiders, which he was weirdly not there for. He didn't have an upkeep. He probably hid, but nobody investigated that. So yeah, he's oh, okay. So that's probably they've probably been looking for you. Then it probably wouldn't be safe to take the roads then.
Oh,
You
mean the roads that we just took?
that we could take?
As he like looks down the road that you guys are like, he's off on the side of it. He looks down the road that you guys are on. Yeah, this road right here, probably. This is where, especially if you've got the son of the Winter King with you, he's probably sending a whole lot of troops down looking for you. I mean, the road, you know, kids, forests, they always go together. But you know what I mean. They're probably bringing it down the road. He's got his hunt looking for you, probably. Probably wouldn't be a great idea to take the road. If you take my advice, I'd take the forest the rest of the way.
When we were in the forest, we saw some tree roots that were chasing us. Should we be concerned about those?
Did one of you guys stick your fist down the tree's throat?
Buzz.
Yeah, they're not a big fan of that. They really don't like people messing with them a whole lot. They'll leave you alone if you just don't touch them.
We should probably put like a sign or something on them to let people know about that.
Well, not a lot of strangers come through this way, and when they do, they don't really last very long around here.
Well, that's probably why your economy is doing so.
Well, now listen here, our economy's actually doing pretty good.
Like, yeah, but what about the tourism? You know, that's a pretty important part of any society.
The Dow is up 5%.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess those are pretty good numbers right now.
The Dow is like a fat guy sitting in a room somewhere that's like, you know, people throw money at. That's how they gauge whether or not their economy is worth something. He's like kind of like a slob. I like that you immediately come into the stranger's land and insult him.
Well, I mean, we're technically in a book right now, so, like, it doesn't matter what we do to these people.
Wow, I mean, that is a way to look at it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm still worried that if we get killed here, it might... You know, I don't know if our bodies are, like, back on that ship, or if we're actually inside.
What's that dude doing to us if that's the case?
That's
Well, I mean, you're naked, so we know what he's doing to you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we know what's happening with that. All them crotch fiddlers. Yeah, groping you.
I said probing.
Oh, probing. Yeah, probing them. So yeah, I mean, anybody else got anything for this guy?
Do you have anything for sale?
Oh, well, you're asking the right person. And he's like, come stop and look at my wares. And he like kind of elbows the caravan a little bit, and it pops open. And you can see like a host of items along it. And he's like, judging by the way you're dressed, you're probably not. I mean, I know you're not from around here, and you probably don't have anything worthwhile on you to trade, do you?
I mean, do you take credits?
Do you pull out like a bunch of credits for him?
Yeah.
And he's like, may I? And like kind of brings his hand out and grabs one and looks at it. He's like, I have no idea what this is. And he like puts it back in your hand. He's like, I don't. that's not worth anything here to us. I don't really know what that is. That money
Does
to you?
have a
Yep, that's money to us. Yeah.
And so he's like, oh, well, that's not money to me. And he, like, kind of ruffles around in, like, something on
what
his
is
belt.
money?
Yeah, exactly. He's like, well, right here. And he, like, pulls out and, like, grabs this gold minted coin and, like, flicks it to one of you guys. Whoever catches it, you'll see that it's, like a gold coin with, like, a face on it. This one specifically has, like, the face of, like, a pumpkin on it.
Interesting.
It says, like, I don't even think it has a date on it. It says in the Harvest King we trust on it. And yeah, he's like, that's our money right there. I'm assuming you guys are pretty foreign to that. So, if you have any valuables to trade, or, 'tis the season, I could give you some questions, and if you answer them, I might be able to give you some of my wares in the spirit of Hallows Eve. So he's willing.
All right.
All right. So you guys are interested. So you guys do see a host of things. You guys see like a pair of knives sitting next to each other. You guys see a kind of just like a pumpkin, like a wreath. A scarf that's hung up, a like boomerang looking thing, more or less like the visage of a bat. Actually, I mean it's kind of like a boomerang in the sense it's like curved, I guess, but it'd be more in the visage of a bat.
Like a batarang?
Yeah, one could say like a batarang. And then there's a whole host of things. There's like a bag that he's got there that's got a little symbol on it. There's like kind of this ball that looks like it's made out of skin. He's got this like little vial that is, or not vial, but like a jar. As like you guys look closer to it, it has like kind of like a little label pasted over it that says baby oil. There's a sword that he has, and then like this little like kind of puppet looking thing. It's about the size of your finger, and it's like a little like T-Rex kind of like dinosaur looking thing, but it's just like the top half of its body with like long arms and like a dinosaur head. He's got all kinds of stuff, and then he's got like another bag, and like it's kind of sitting open on the counter, and you can see it just has a bunch of salt in it. I mean, it's white powder; it could be cocaine, but probably salt. So
The thing is, though, guys, what do we have to pay for this stuff with? I guess we could only trade it.
Well, he said we could answer some questions, and he might part with something.
yeah, he's like, I've got 3 questions, three riddles, and if you guys can answer them, I'll give you an item for each riddle of your choosing from my stock.
Okay.
So,
I guess let's try the riddles, and then we'll pick items depending on how we do, I guess.
okay, so yeah, he like
Can we confer during the riddles, shopkeeper?
Yeah, why not? You guys can all work together. Tis the season, right? And he like clasps his hands together. He's like, all right, you guys ready for the first one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And he says, okay. Why is he turning into frickin' Joker for me all of a sudden? He went from like the dude from Rick and Morty to like, you want to see a magic trick? So he's like, how do you fix a damaged jack-o'-lantern?
Ooh, okay. Nice.
Is anybody picking up on the theme of this whole thing right now?
Halloween, obviously.
Yeah.
You make it into a pie.
Is that your final answer?
No, we're conferring amongst each other.
Yeah.
As he like kind of turns away a little bit, like wiping the counter of his caravan a little bit.
I don't know. What do you think, guys? I think maybe it's like a pun
I'm
more than
terrible
a
at puns.
riddle. Yeah. How do you fix a jack-o'-lantern?
You plug the holes.
That's a little too literal, I think.
Is that?
It's like an old-timey medieval villager. Maybe that's just what we need. He can't be that imaginative.
I don't know, but he's like a book character.
It might just be something whimsical. I can't really think of any
Yeah.
jack-o'-lantern based puns. Like, we send it to someone who's a jack of all trades. It's got Jack in the name.
Yeah.
Time's running thin.
Oh shit!
He like looks. You see his wrist as he brings his wrist up, and there's like a little hourglass with sand tipping down as he like taps it. Like, that's not for telling time, but okay.
God damn!
It doesn't do anything when the wrist isn't pointed up, so it's pointed.
Are there any?
It's been sitting aside.
Are there any clues we can have, or do we just get that?
What is this? You want to be a millionaire? There's no phone a friend. No, there's no phone a friend here.
Okay.
You guys all are friends.
We are.
Boy, man, I just
All right, fine. A hint for you all. You guys were just
God.
there.
oh wait.
Pumpkin-
How do you fix a broken jack-o'-lantern?
Pumpkin patch? Like patch
Yeah.
it up?
Ah, there you go. And you like clap a little bit. Yay, you got it. All right, double or nothing. You want to go for two?
Sure.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay. All right. So he goes, all right, here's the next one. This one's a real doozy. The person who built it sold it. The person who bought it never used it. The person who used it never saw it. What is it?
What?
Can you repeat it just one more time?
Would you be able to write that down in the chat, Dylan?
Yeah, the person who built it sold it. Let me...
Built it, sold it. Think about patent or something.
Bought it, never used it. Person who used it never saw it. This is Halloween themed, right?
Yeah, this is Halloween theme.
Oh my god.
It's a good thing this isn't like some like trap on a sand something we're doing right now, you know, like
Oh,
the
it'd be
walls are
fun.
closing in.
Yeah, at least it's not like our lives depend on these. It's just
Yeah. All that's at risk is capitalism.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we want those goods, so
Hmm.
Is it a grave?
Ooh.
wow.
Yeah, like
Oh.
a gravestone. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. The person who built it sold it. The person who bought it never
Because
used
typically,
it. The person
typically
who
I
used
don't
it
buy
never
my
saw
own
it.
gravestone, right?
Or coffin.
Oh,
Or
there it is.
coffin.
There it is.
Whoa!
He goes, correct. All right,
Damn.
triple or nothing.
Alright, let's go.
3 items
I think
off the wall.
yeah.
Actually, I'll throw in a bonus 4th item for you.
Okay.
All right. So he goes,
You can get-
I have no feet to dance. I have no eyes to see. I have no life to live or die. But yet I do all three. I'm gonna write that one down for you.
Damn, man.
So it dances.
Actually, I'm gonna annotate this really quick so I don't
So it dances, it sees,
It lives and dies.
but not in the traditional sense.
Yeah.
So, like,
Could
what would we say?
sea be like water? I mean, it's still Halloween themed, right? Or
It's
is this one of the-
Halloween themed, yeah.
Yeah, definitely in a sense. I will give you a hint. You're kind of close with water.
What?
Kind of
Well,
close.
because there's sea in there, and a lot of like riddles and stuff will interchange sea and sea because they're synonyms.
True. I will give you a hint. It's not, or another hint. It's also not water.
Not water. Could be a pirate.
Not water or anything like that. Pirates are human. Or mortal in a sense.
I have no life. So it could be a dead thing, or not, and then it could be an animate thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's something dead. I think it's something that's inanimate. Yeah, like it's never
Did it
alive,
move?
but it can
But
move and die.
it can, yeah, no feet to dance. It can dance.
Oh, like a candle
Ooh. Ooh.
Damn.
or something
Fixate
like
in on
that.
it.
Okay, so it's candle is close, but not all the way there.
Yeah.
Flame.
There you go.
Oh, just flame. Okay,
Just fire.
So why fire?
because fire's dancing
It
around.
dances.
It
Yeah.
die- it
And
lives
you
and
can
dies.
see.
Fire.
Wait, hold on, everyone's talking.
And it
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it.
Well, I didn't hear any of it. Everyone was saying that.
It just, yeah, it fire dances. It doesn't live, but it lives and dies.
And
Yeah,
it
fire,
sees.
fire definitely dies. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the sea part?
We see from a fire, but it can't
Right.
see itself.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
clever.
So yeah, you
Nice.
guys got all 4 items you can pick from the group.
I've already forgotten what they all are, though. There's quite a lot. Do you have it
Those
written
are
down that you can
daggers.
copy and paste on?
Do I have a list? God dang.
All right, yeah, there were daggers. There were
Alright, so
2
there's
bags with 2
2
different
daggers,
symbols on.
2 bags.
There was some salt, and there was like
Yeah.
a crystal ball.
There was a helmet, a wreath, a what you call the batarang, a scarf, a bag, a jar that says baby oil, a sword, a jack-o'-lantern, with just like one small hole in it, but you can see like light behind it, and then like the tiny little finger puppet.
Can you tell me about the knives? Because I was thinking I need some kind of melee weapon, so I'm interested in the knives.
Yeah, they're kind of special. They're twins. They're together. They count as one item. But
Are they a throwing knife or are they a stabbing
they are
knife?
stabbing. They are daggers. They come together as a group. I'll let you have them for one item that you pick out of there. I will say that like you're gonna have to figure out the effects of them.
I was gonna say, do they feel like they're enchanted in some way?
Roll me an insight type of thing, intelligence, to see if you know whether or not there's like something special about them, or if they're just plain daggers.
Is that a 20?
Yeah, D20. Plus your wisdom probably puts it. Yeah. So yeah, you can tell they're enchanted, or at least like
Okay,
there's
but I
something.
can't tell what the enchantment is.
Yeah, there's something special about them.
Hey, Helios, you can kind of... I know that you can have sight at the moment, but normally you can kind of sense auras. What do you see on these knives? Can you see anything?
Perfect.
Maybe you'd need to do a roll
So
as well.
yeah, as Helios tries to focus on it, he does notice something a little bit different. So as he tries to focus, his sense of the force isn't there anymore. he can't like draw on the force to be like he can use it for powers, but can't draw on it to like fixate on objects or sense. There is no force to sense from these objects.
Okay, I just,
Okay.
there is no force
in-
I can sense
in
from
this
these
world.
objects.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, and Rin feels the exact same thing as if he tries to focus on it. It doesn't return anything. Like, it's not like, oh, I get a faint sense. Like, you try to fixate on the feeling. Like, Helios tries to fixate on the feeling of the object or even the life force of the dude near him or any of you guys, and he can't get a pull on anything. There's like everything.
Okay, so I guess
is
we're kind of
Places.
tied to Force's influence then.
yeah.
I think I might go for it. Like, I was wanting some knives, and sometimes you just gotta YOLO and hope for the best. That like the knife doesn't cause some. Every cut you make with a knife it shortens something, that kind of thing. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you guys have three
Unless
more.
someone else desperately needs them, I would like the knives.
Okay. Yeah, you guys have 3 more items. You guys can take a look at anything. Like I said, you have the pumpkin with a small hole in it, the finger puppet, a sword, the jar that says baby oil on it, a scarf, a batarang, a wreath.
What's their helmet?
Yeah, there's a helmet.
And
It's not like
can I take a look at it?
it's not like a metal helmet. It's like a pumpkin helmet.
Oh my god. Can I take a look at the pumpkin helmet?
Yeah, yeah. It's just like a pumpkin. I mean, when you touch it and feel it. I mean, this is like a freaking arcade gift shop. You guys are arcade freaking reward room. It's like it doesn't feel like the flesh of a pumpkin when you touch it. It feels just a little bit colder. But as you look at it, you can see that like it's just the shape of a pumpkin with like 2 eye holes and a mouth hole.
It's just like a pumpkin helmet.
I mean, you could roll to see if you could maybe figure out if there's something going on with it.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Okay, yeah, roll me a thing. Okay, 14. Yeah, you can definitely tell this thing's got some special stuff going on with it. It kind of gives you this feeling of an energy in your hands that isn't directly normal. If you put it on, I would be willing to give you well, because it's mostly surely for the fact that like you'd pretty much gain the information once you put it on, versus like the daggers, you'd have to be able to use them and like slice them at something or cut something to know. This is definitely like,
Well, I have to take some putting this on.
huh?
Ah, man, I know.
I had to put it on.
I'm gonna put it on.
Okay. So yeah, you put this thing on, and immediately you see the world around you light up more. But you also do notice that like your peripheral vision fades away almost immediately. Mostly not because it's like it's restricting your view in terms of like something magic. It's just that the holes are really small. And yeah, so this is Jack's helmet. It has an ability to instill fear. As an action, you cause the face of the pumpkin to light up, forcing all non-allies in 30 feet that you see to make a DC 12 Wisdom saving throw or become frightened of you. Affected creatures may make the saving throw again at the end of their turns. Once this property has been used, it can't be used again until a short or long rest. You also gain dark vision and then a sight restriction. So you can see in the dark, but you also have a disadvantage on any perception checks while you wear it.
Great.
So that is,
Okay.
I mean, you guys don't have to take the item, but that's what you know that thing is.
Nice.
Okay.
There is another pumpkin that just has 1 hole in it, though. It has a light behind it.
Yeah, what the hell is that for?
It's just a pumpkin. You can see, like, it looks like a normal pumpkin. It's got a hole, but the hole is really dark, but you can kind of see, like, a light in a distance from it. Do you want to, like, take a look at what the light is in the pumpkin?
Yeah.
So yeah, you bend down and like stick your face towards a pumpkin, and as you're looking at it, trying from different angles to see, you can't really make out the image. It looks like something behind it though, some type of image, something. And as you bring your face closer and bring your eye up to the hole, you feel something hit your eye as you rear back and see this little skeletal finger that popped out and poked you in the eye and recoils back in. This is the Poco Lantern. So yeah, for the next 5 minutes, you took 1 damage, and for the next 5 minutes, you have a disadvantage on perception checks.
Awesome sauce.
So anybody who looks into the hole of this pumpkin gets poked by a skeletal finger. This is an item I came up with yesterday. Also, everybody roll me a perception check.
Fuck. Poke to the eye.
Poke in the eye. Well, Donovan and okay, Bill definitely doesn't see it.
How do I roll? Because I have a disadvantage now. How do I roll that?
2d20. Take the lowest number. So, Bill, you don't even notice at all. And Joe and Donovan notice as they look over. The sword is gone. And Joe and Donovan notice as they look over, the sword has sprouted legs and it's just sprinting off. He's like, god dang it! That was the opportunistic sword. I was hoping to hang on to that. The opportunistic sword is a weapon that will sprout small legs and run away when nobody's watching it. So it just dipped. So.
Damn.
So one last item to pick from.
One last item to pick from.
I still kind of like that pumpkin helmet.
Alright,
but
you can take the pumpkin helmet. It's one item for each of you.
I don't know. Does Don? You want to go first?
Well, no, I was waiting on like, what's the finger puppet do?
Oh heck yeah! Are you gonna put it on your finger?
Oh god.
Sure, yeah.
Hoping somebody was gonna do it. So
Bye,
yeah,
Donovan.
you put this thing on your finger and it bounces around a little bit, and you feel this kind of like prick on your finger. By prick I mean small penis. No,
Like
I
a
mean,
penis?
Yeah, no.
Oh.
By prick I mean like something
Your
stabbed you.
fingers all become penises. Your fingers all become penises. That's
Yeah,
the effect.
Yeah, exactly. No, you feel the small prick as like the puppet immediately as like it's limp and just kind of flapping around. There's like all of a sudden a little bit of animation to it as the mouth closes up, the eyes become animated, and the arms like start moving. It like grabs your finger and lifts itself off, and as it's lifting itself, 2 legs come up. And yeah, this is the finger buddy. It's a little colorful finger puppet, can be brought to life for 24 hours using a single drop of blood. Once animated, the finger buddy is loyal to the caster whose blood was consumed. It can comprehend and follow simple commands such as retrieve, explore, attack, etc. It cannot speak or write in any language, but will communicate via small grunts and squeaks. If one caster activates multiple fingers buddies at once, they will operate as a swarm.
Fuck yeah!
That's so cool.
Goddamn.
So I'm gonna send the picture over on Discord too of this thing for the stat block of it because it's fantastic looking. So yeah, it's amazing.
Ah, damn.
So yeah, Bill, what do you got? What's left is the
There's a sword. Oh no, the
no,
sword
the
ran
sword's
away.
gone. Sword ran away. There's a wreath, a bag, a batarang, a scarf. I don't know if that's a scarf. A jar that says baby oil on it, and 2 bags. I think that's it.
I think I'll do the scarf.
Do the scarf. All right. So you're gonna put the scarf on.
Yeah, I'll put the scarf on.
All right, so yeah, you pick up the scarf, put it on. Immediately, you feel the sensation of warm and just kind of like comfort. What the F just happened? Yeah, this is the Scarf of Warming. It negates the effects of extreme cold environments. You just feel all nice and cozy with it.
Ooh.
Yeah. Everybody got something.
Alright, guys. If there's ever a snowstorm,
I got this.
got this.
Go to Hoth or something.
And
we,
so,
we end up on a Hoth.
if we end up on Hoth, this will be good. So yeah, the dude goes, no, I'm surprised nobody asked about the baby oil. It passed over so many times. It's an aphrodisiac made of the finest mashed babies.
Odd.
I mean,
Okay. Baby oil, yeah.
goddamn.
That was the joke. Yeah, and then there was a batarang. It's legitimately just a batarang. I effed up when I said it, and I said boomerang first. And I was like, nah, I meant to say visage of a bat, and you guys caught on. But yeah, it's a boomerang. It turns into a bat. So yeah, he goes, oh well, you got your items, all right. Well, be safe, adventurers. You don't want anything bad to happen to you. And he kind of closes up his shop and kind of gets ready to go. I must be on my way. The harvest festival's beginning, and I don't want to be around for it. And he packs up his stuff. So are you guys going to continue through and take his advice and go through the forest? Or are you going to stick to the road?
Or, I don't know. I'd love to probably go to the forest. Go through the forest.
Yeah, I think going through the forest. I mean, he made that suggestion. That'd probably be wise if there's going to be a giant raid party.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you guys. He packs up his stuff and starts heading out. And just kind of stops to stare at you guys longingly. Probably his only conversation he's had in a while. Huh? Oh, can't hear you. Cut out on
I said I'm going to wave to him.
Oh, okay.
Wave to the guy. Bye.
He smiles a little bit. And so yeah, as you guys kind of go through the forest, it's probably about like a couple minutes of walking. Somehow I am bleeding now. I don't know how. You guys only get like a couple minutes into the forest, and you guys start to hear this sound from a distance. You hear this loud howl. It's a wolf. It's a wolf howl. Like it's a wolf howl. That's the best way I can describe it. I'm not gonna do like, it's a wolf howl. The one thing I don't like about doing the Star Wars RP stuff is like I don't know what exists in the Star Wars universe in terms of normal things like a bantha or like a nerf herder. A nerf is like a cow, but it's not a cow. So it's like I could be like, yeah, to your guys, it's like this creature looks like a nerf, but it's like got it's white with black spots, and it's got horns, and it's a freaking cow. Like you guys know what it is. So yeah, you guys hear this howl of a wolf out in the distance. And I mean, it sounds far away, but I mean, you're in the forest, and it echoes in directions, and as you guys continue walking, you guys do pick up on something I forgot to add the detail to. Actually, no, I didn't. Sorry, my freaking notes. You guys are noticing as you're walking through the forest here, you're seeing eyes out in the distance. You're seeing these red peering eyes like that are all out through the fog in a distance. And as you kind of continue to walk through this forest, the eyes dissipate. And the more you look at them, the more they seem disembodied. They're just loose eyes in the fog. And as you keep walking through, there's this one set of eyes out in the distance that looks like different. The eyes are still they're not red, they're yellow. And as you approach, it doesn't go away, and these eyes start to grow larger as they approach you, and it is the form, as you guys start to see it from a distance, the form of a wolf. And as this thing approaches you, it gets closer. And, it stands there staring at you guys. The dog's barking at the vacuum cleaner. So, yeah, as it stands there staring at you guys, and as it's standing there, you start to hear this popping and snapping noise. It's not the sound of, like, bones cracking or anything like, or bubble wrap. It's the sound of like when pressure gets released from your joints when you pop like your knuckles or your back. And as you see or you hear this sound, you see this wolf starting to grow in size as it goes from being on all fours. You hear this popping and cracking as its joints move, and it grows larger and standing up on its hind legs into this big form as its claws grow larger and its snout and fangs get larger, and it stands there staring, huffing at you. And that's where we're going to call it for today.
Nice.
God damn.
No.
I'm surprised nobody asked if there's gonna be a because the pumpkin with a bone or with the finger in it, right? Like, gave you the debuff, but I was like, man, what if you American Pied that thing? Would it give you a buff? Like,
it kind of depends on what you consider a buff.
I feel like there'd be a lot of sound.
Yeah, that sounds like it sounds like there's a lot of
like
sound happening there.
It's sounding like a good time.
Yeah,
Dear God.
Sounding like that could be a pretty good or bad time, depending. I mean, yeah, the buff would be probably you either feel painful or relaxed for the next couple hours.
Jesus.
Depending on perspective. But yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it, guys. So, yeah, how'd everybody enjoy the Halloween special?
I love it.
It was really cool.
Yeah. I kind of figured I was going to throw everybody for a loop a little bit. I planned this one a while ago, and that's part of the reason the writing for the last couple sessions has been a little rocky. Is I've been focused on this one a little bit more than like the exact details of the campaign, because I was trying to get some of this stuff together. So, yeah. So you guys got your freaking Halloween event.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna get to doing some homework and stuff here. So, yeah.
Great.
Fun.
Give some more goose.
All right.